The following is the production of WEGL 91.1 FM.
That ball is gone. It's a walk-off home run for Stephen Williams.
WEGL Sports,
The Tigers are headed to the College World Series.
where every
Touchdown Auburn! Zakoby McClain!
game
They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow!
lives. And welcome inside the Xtra Point here on WEGL 91.1. I'm so used to saying Eagle Eye TV, but screw them. I really don't care at this point. Hello, everybody. Jared Dillard, your handsome, beautiful, stunning, talented, graduated, award-winning, did I say beautiful? Yes, I did, host. And joining me in the studio today, shut up. I'm not done yet. Alex, do you hear me? I'm not done yet. And joining me in the studio is Alex Houston, Jacob Hillman, Davis Carroll, and Jack Hart. Alex, we'll start with you. How are you doing on this fine day?
I mean, I'm doing pretty good. I was really hoping that we could do this show at least one last time, so I'm glad we got it set up, and now we're obviously doing it. And, you know, this week's also been pretty easy, even though there are exams next week. I'm just pretending that they're not happening. So
You're pretending?
yeah, I messed up.
Okay.
What can I say? Yeah, you know.
Jacob, how about you?
I mean, we're back in the studio together, so doing great. What else can I say? I mean, other than something about the weather.
Oh, gosh.
It's pretty chilly on this April night.
I know it's cold because I was somewhere for the last 3 hours where I thought I was going to freeze my fingers
Look,
off.
I was suffering through Auburn baseball,
So was I. Just a different variety.
That's
Davis, we'll go over to you. Turn the microphone your way. There you go.
I'll get it back in a second.
How are you feeling today?
Feeling pretty good. It's been a pretty lazy day. Knocked out some work, but this is really all I've been doing today. Getting ready for this.
And Jack, how about you?
I'm doing fabulous, Jared. I'm so happy to be back in the studio with this never-before assembled crew, hodgepodge
True.
of Xtra Point's greatest hits, if you want to call it that, or whoever we could get to show up is probably a better description. But
I'm upset that Bay Marks is not here.
it's an Auburn midweek game. It's the 50th anniversary of WEGL, which is why we are assembled here today. But I think there is nothing more of a perfect better storm than the Xtra Point final episode to come back and grace these hallowed halls here in the Melton Student Center.
And on top of that, it's finally WEGL After Dark, which we joked about for like the last 3 years. And now it happens. So I'm going to be quite honest when I say I didn't plan anything for this. I didn't know really what to do.
oh my gosh. The amount of text you sent me was like, oh, planning begins. And then you're like, oh, man, I'm going to make some calls. And now you're sitting here.
I texted some people, okay?
Okay. Who, the other three people in this room?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. That's what I
And,
thought.
and honestly, I just wanted to come in here and I just kind of wanted to just do what we do best, which was kind of just wing it, because that's usually what we kind of did.
Talk about an Auburn midweek baseball game, an Extra Point
no.
tradition unlike any other.
No, I remember those 7 a.m.
There's one more tradition, unlike any other.
What, you blowing any Auburn hope on a road game?
That's, Carl coming to get the trash.
He's not here. If Carl shows up at 9 o'clock in the whatever, this is like time. If Carl shows up at 9 o'clock at night, we got some different problems.
It's 4 p.m. on Friday.
Yeah, what are you talking about, Jared? It's just a premium Friday afternoon.
Look, they're gonna know it's recorded because I'm gonna mention night and then Auburn baseball midweek. That's already happened 2 days prior.
They didn't have to know that.
We could have played up the show.
Like, well, we can't hear you. First of all,
We could have.
Thank
We're
you.
gonna figure this out, Jack.
Just like put it like evenly between the two of you.
How's
and
that?
just get close
And
enough to where you're not kissing. But I don't judge because it's 2021.
Thank you, Jared.
Hey, it's not weird to
Good
kiss the
take.
homies good
No,
night.
we could have played it up like it was Friday.
We could have definitely sold it.
What's
Okay,
stopping us?
you want to start over?
No.
Okay.
I thought that was a pretty good start.
I mean, I thought it was a pretty good start too. I don't know which mouse to use. Hold up. There. Gotcha. Okay, I'm back. Do you want to start over?
No, it's good.
You want to start over?
No, this is the good kind of chaotic.
Jared,
Don't
do
do
it
it. Don't
good.
you dare do it.
Following the
Don't-
production of WEGL 91.
I'm kidding. I'm not starting over. I'm too gone for that. Okay. So, really, this anniversary is just kind of just talking the talk and reminiscing over the last almost a year and a couple months since our last actual show. And then I know we did a couple of the reboots, old shows try to do, and they try to reboot with new casts and characters, and it doesn't work out.
It was the same cast of characters. It just
Nah, it wasn't the same.
it was like season 9 of Scrubs.
Those
Anybody?
Zoom ones during the pandemic were crazy. During quarantine.
I was gonna say those might have
Those
been the
weren't-
best
Those
shows.
weren't even sports episodes.
Because every time Bay would have some background that just did not mesh properly, he'd be fading in and out. Oh my gosh! Every time
it was a different type of crazy, but it was still extra.
Bay's Wi-Fi was broke every single episode.
Oh yeah, Bray would leave, and then we'll just joke about it, and he'd try to come back, and we decide whether or not we're gonna let him into the Zoom chat again.
Quarantine Extra Point was probably the craziest of us all at that point.
Quarantine Extra Point was also the extra point where I thought if this goes out and people find out I did this, I probably wouldn't get a job because of the comments that I made.
There were some rather questionable things, if I recall.
There usually
Yeah.
I
is.
don't recall any of that.
Me neither. I don't know what you're talking about,
I got you,
Alex.
Jim.
I mean, there was the segregation joke that I made, but I don't know if you want to go that far. I don't know if WEGL wants to go that far for the 50th anniversary.
I'm not sure if
I
they
do recall that one of the last Extra Point episodes that occurred in this studio was way back when in March 2020 when a young Jack Hart was sitting in that very chair of yours hosting the show while you were away, and the only people who showed up to do it with me were Alex and Davis. So we talked a little NBA, and we wished everybody a happy spring break, not knowing that we would never see the studio again.
There was at one point during that show when Jack made some joke about Paul George still being on the Pacers, and I thought he was dead serious. I was like, do we laugh? Do we question it? What's
You just don't know the history of Paul George on Indiana Pacers.
Was the final one where we did it before the All-Star game with Jack hosting?
No, wait, no.
Or
That
was
was
it the one in the studio?
So because I want to start from the beginning because we're kind of
Okay.
we're
You
kind
got
of
it, you
near
got
the
it, you
tipping
got it.
point. Okay, let's start from the very very beginning.
beginning of what exactly? The whole show or the
I'm
quarantine
gonna say
part of it?
that's
It
before any of
started
us.
on a warm morning on November 10th, 1995 at 6:13 a.m. when I
Oh,
popped out
stop
of my
it.
mom. What? So let's start with
Definitely
kind
not
of
1995 though.
how it began. So, did I ever tell you what the show originally was called?
Yes, but I can't remember.
Well, yeah. I think you did one time, but I don't remember the name either.
So, when I started in 2015, by the way, my first show was by myself for an hour, which was the most depressing I ever felt inside the studio. I want you to know. It was called National Sports, and that was it. It wasn't very catchy. It wasn't very anything. And I did that for a semester. Okay, and then I was like, I'm going to change the name. And then it became the Extra Point. And my first co-host ever was not Brooks Childress. He was second. It was Meredith Brito, who currently works at ESPN now.
Dang.
So, not doing talk stuff, just graphic stuff, right? So, I did that for like a year. And the way I ended up being with Meredith on the show was we went to a WEGL meeting, and I was like, dang, I need a co-host. I looked at her Meredith, I was like, do you want to be my co-host? And she was like, yeah. And that was that. That was it. That's how that story happened. And that happened for a year. And then me and Brooks did the show. And then we did the talk part. We finally broke to the TV part where we used the GoPro that's sitting there currently. By the way, don't tell anybody. I know it's been there for like 2.5, 3 years now. That's Eagle Eye's GoPro. And I never gave it back. So Eagle Eye, if you're watching, this yours.
Hey, do you remember that? You remember the microphone? Do you think they got that back as retribution?
I was about to say it's fair trade. No, the
Last
recorder or
year.
whatever. Remember
The recorder.
Oh, the recorder. I don't want to talk about the recorder.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about the recorder, but we will talk about it eventually. But yeah,
course.
that GoPro that I recently just saw in there, it's theirs. It's not ours. It's not WEGL's. So
if you can dig up an old episode of the Extra Point with just Jared and Brooks, with the old studio setup, mind you, where
Yeah.
the co-host would be shoulder to shoulder, it is shot as if it were a 90s skateboarding video with the fisheye limbs wraparound.
It's true.
Wait,
So-
what was the old studio setup?
It was just this.
Imagine
Oh.
two people in a car looking at that window.
It was that. It was like
horrible.
it was like right on.
I really like the new table then, or I guess it's not new. But
Oh, and but the old table sat up like this high.
Why?
Your feet did not touch the ground.
What? This is
It was
so
bad.
Weird.
It was bad.
the new setup is
It's
again,
a lot.
not new.
It's a lot better.
It's
Not
much
better.
better.
It's a lot better. Also, like the new board. Congratulations. I know we are now in the Bradley Batson studio,
Bateson.
correct? Bateson. That's not good that I messed that up. So
Just cut it out and redo it.
I'm not gonna cut it out. I'm too lazy for that. Wait. Welcome to this new studio. But no, Bradley's so cool. Cause I remember on Thursdays or Fridays, I like walk past and him and Britt were sitting in the station manager's office just picking music, and I always talk
Cooking
to
up
him.
another fire playlist.
So it's really glad to be sitting in a studio named after him.
Dude.
I don't know where I was at.
You were telling the history. You went to Brooks with the GoPro, and now
Yeah.
And that was Eagle Eyes GoPro.
And that's Eagle Eyes GoPro.
By the way,
that I guess WEGL stole. So
more like you didn't tell anybody at WEGL that it wasn't theirs, so therefore they just assumed it was
why
ours.
would WEGL back in my day, where we did things that were not the best at WEGL, right? I start sort of saying things that would get us charged with stuff. But what
What's this mythical thing?
what by charged with stuff? I mean like not bad things, just like criminal negligence. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, no big deal.
no big deal.
Yeah.
I'm just playing everybody. By the way, it's all a facade. Everything that you see here.
We know.
So I did the show for like 2 years with Brooks, and then I graduated with my undergrad from Auburn University. So then it's like,
That was like 10 years ago,
now
right?
like it feels like 10 years.
That was actually the day in 1995 that he was talking about earlier.
yeah.
So then I go to grad school, right? I didn't plan on going to grad school. I did not plan on going back to WEGL. I was going to go to grad school, get my graduate degree, teach, whatever. I was kind of done with student media. Because I left a bad taste in my mouth. I didn't want to do it no more. Because I'm going to be honest with you guys. Everything I did in student media for the first 4 years in undergrad, I failed at. I failed at the radio show. I failed at TV. I tried to be station manager twice, didn't get it.
What do you mean failed at radio show?
It didn't meet my expectations that I
see.
wanted.
Okay.
Right, so I failed at the radio show. I tried to be station manager at Eagle Eye TV twice, didn't get that. I got fired from WEGL by Britt.
I think you got cordially dismissed.
Yeah.
I
honorably
like
discharged.
fired. Do you know how I got fired?
Yeah. Well, you told me it was about you just like didn't take enough hours or whatever. But
I wasn't
like,
a full-time student.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. That's what it was.
Just a minor clerical error.
Yeah.
Not being enrolled at the university.
because
Just minor.
you had to take 12 to be a full-time student,
That's correct.
and I was taking 11. That was it. And
Bro,
that-
just throw like an active Auburn on and you didn't get to go.
And so that's how I got dismissed from WEGL. And then my big plan for Eagle Eye fell through about this high school program. So like I was in the dumps. I didn't want nothing to do with student media anymore. And then that guy called me,
That guy being.
Noah Gardner.
Oh yeah, that guy.
He called me and he said,
This is your wake-up call.
Don't you start.
Honestly, this changed the course of WEGL's history.
Noah calling me in grad school saying you need to be sports director changed everything. Alex and Davis wouldn't be sitting here. Jacob will be somewhere else, probably costing Auburn a win. I don't know where Jack would be. We wouldn't have this new board. We wouldn't have any of this new things if it wasn't for Noah Gardner calling me that day and saying I need a new sports director because the one previously just could not do his job. Yeah, I said it. I'm not holding back anymore. Okay, I'm done. I don't work here no more.
I mean, if you're directly quoting somebody else, it's technically not your own.
I didn't directly quote him.
Oh.
That's just how I
He
feel.
just said
Okay,
that,
that's-
Alex.
Yeah.
He's directly quoting himself.
He
Okay,
changed,
there you go,
he
there you go.
changed history as it be, or I guess Noah did for calling you. What if he called someone else? We'd be in a totally different place right now. Maybe.
Who would he have called?
Yeah, who do you call?
I was about to say.
I don't know, Jared. Who would he have called?
Jared, that was like 30 years ago. We don't really know who the other options
I wasn't even
were.
here then.
You weren't.
That's true. We weren't.
So
Wow.
Noah calls me and he's like, I want you to be the sports director. And I was like, okay. It's before or after the wake-up call.
This was concurrent.
During.
with-
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
So the wake-up call started going on, I believe that would have been the summer of 2018.
2018 football season.
So
What is the wake up call?
Oh,
The Wake Up Call was a lovely little program hosted by the former station manager of WEGL, Noah Gardner.
who I have seen today. He was at the baseball game that I was
So,
at.
yeah, shoulder to shoulder, sometimes with me. Joining, that's when I got involved in WEGL Sports was fall of 2018 when I came on the Wake Up Call to talk about how Auburn was going to blow out LSU.
Wait, as in 2018?
As in the pass interference game.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
So,
Jack, come on now, man.
we were gonna beat Tennessee really bad. It was gonna be a great season. So,
Worst year ever.
So yeah, I was sitting shoulder to shoulder with Noah Gardner, listening to Chance the Rapper at 7 a.m. And then Jared would sit down in the handicap seat at this level, and we would talk about some Auburn football.
I would like bring in a muffin every morning and kind
Jared,
of just
yeah.
unwrap it during the show. and just
In the mic?
eat it.
So
yeah.
was that the start of the no food and beverage in the studio sign then, Jared?
Oh no, I just broke that rule. 'Cause I didn't
Okay,
care.
So yeah, and that's how I got my sea legs in the studio. Was if the WEGL SoundCloud were still around, you could hear us talk about how
I
Auburn
don't
was
wanna- I don't wanna talk
gonna
about
blow out.
the
I was
LSU.
gonna say that would take us down a whole another rabbit hole.
There's so
So
many different
maybe we
ways
can
to
be
go.
thankful that record is not there anymore. So that's how I got involved in WEGL sports, and I believe that is the same. So that's how I got involved in what would shape and form into being the Extra Point. The Extra Point would actually come on the hour after the Wake Up Call. So I believe the Wake Up Call would wrap up at 9 a.m, and then Jared would set up his camera, and Brooks would come in and tell me something about Minnesota, and then they would go in there and do the little show. I didn't know what they talked about. It's a soundproof wall, so I didn't watch it.
Just gotta throw
But
that in there.
I believe Brooks graduated December 2018,
He did.
and
That left me by myself.
I'll let you pick up the story there.
So that means I went to my last semester. So this is concurrent when I got fired as well.
Last semester.
My last semester where I took just bowling. By the way, I did great. I got a top 5 score in the class overall.
What was that score?
I don't know, some low.
How do you in the class? 5?
40.
What?
Yeah. And then, went to grad school, came back. Okay. And then Noah texts me, I need you to be sports director. And I'm like, what's going on? I'm in grad school. I don't know if I have time for it. And I wonder if I actually have that message. I really want to know. But Noah texted me and he said, I want you to be sports director. Can you do it for me? And I'm like, maybe. So we eventually go through with it. It was a coup. I'm not going to lie. It was a coup. I'm not going to lie. It is what it is. And then I became sports director. And then I tore down the whole mainframe. I tore it all down. And we started from scratch. So I started with 6 people. I started with look at this all-star crew that I have.
Oh man.
I do have just a beautiful Instagram post from January 31st, 2019,
Don't please.
when the Extra Point became your daily source of all things sports, with interviews from players, coaches, reporters, and so much more.
None of that ever happened.
So don't miss
we
out.
never got interviews
You
from
can catch
players.
the show
coaches.
live.
Hey,
Go
we got Coach Jeff Grable. What are you talking about?
That was an anomaly.
You can
That
catch
was electric.
You can catch
Hey,
that
he was
show
awesome. I like the guy.
He was.
every day, Monday to Thursday, from 7 to 9 a.m. And in this lovely picture, we have Jared wearing the exact same coat.
Oh no!
the worst jacket
and his
ever.
glasses. In
I love my jacket.
In Alex's seat, we have WEGL superstar Brendan McLaughlin.
Oh, are you serious?
Hillman, the same laptop,
Yeah.
sitting right in that same spot.
Nice.
Nearly over 2 years later.
Is this
And then
Josh
we have
England?
a passionate Josh England with this microphone swiveled over to where all 3 of us were sitting like we're on a bench. I think that was maybe for the picture. But nevertheless, that is how the Extra Point updated format, new and improved, was presented to the world.
What was that posted to?
On that chili.
Instagram.
It's on the WEGL Instagram
Oh,
right
so it's
now.
on
Check
WEGL
it out.
Instagram?
WEGL_AU on Instagram.
I'm gonna
Go give it a like. Let's get it to 70. That's how the Extra Point on that chilly January morning. That's how the Extra
Wait,
Point.
did you say let's get it to 70?
Yes.
Don't.
No.
I do
Never
not like
mind.
that. Do not like that. do not like
Let's
that.
almost get it to 70.
Wow.
So I think that's where we go until
So,
the incident.
what's the incident?
Which incident is this? I mean, there's a number of them.
There's
so I'm
a-
very-
I know
There's
what
number
I know
of
what
them.
Jack's talking about.
I think something dramatic happened in the February of 2019 on a very special episode of the Extra Point where we welcomed the Auburn hockey team into the studio.
Oh,
Which is what would have happened.
Wait. We gotta back up. Let's talk about when I first reorganized the sports department because this is actually a good story.
Go on, and then we'll get to the incident.
I started with 6 people. 6. Okay. Aiden Kowalski, Chris Lee, Javon Cutler. Those are my 3 returning guys. Then I had 3 new guys. Look at this recruiting class that I brought in my
Yes,
first
sir.
time.
High quality group.
3 5-stars.
Brendan McLaughlin, Jacob Hillman, and Bay Marks. Those were the 6 that I started with. This is my first time in here. I need a good showing. This is my recruiting class. This is what I got.
He screamed at us.
I laid into them. That was my first impression. I yelled at them.
That's kind of scary.
I remember Bay and I walked out, and like we weren't gonna be like, "Oh, we're leaving." We were like, "Okay, this is gonna be like serious." It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
Like it's because we almost got in trouble and lost the sport because
Yeah.
of what happened. So I had to set the tone, and then I did. And granted, in the following 2 years, I've also had my fiery speeches and running through wall moments, but that's neither here nor there. But that's who I started with. And then we started doing the Extra Point in the following spring, I guess, with Brendan and Josh England and Jacob. And then we had a host of people. Y'all probably don't remember. I remember Gage Young. He was there for like a semester, and then he kind of like disappeared. I never know what happened to him. He's still out there. I love you, homie. I just remembered his name right now. I honestly couldn't tell you what it looked like anymore. There was a one semester that I had Andy, which I wanted to punch myself in the face for. There was one semester we had Javon. Javon was the best.
All right, look, that was the best. Me, Bay, and Javon.
Can we talk about the group chat we had Javon in that he never answered in? And then I destroyed, and I kind of regret that I did that.
That did happen.
That did happen. There was a group chat with me, Jack, Javon, Jacob, and Bay. Was it just those 5? Was Carter in there?
Carter would have
Gosh.
had to have been in there, yeah.
It was us 6, and like we would all talk, and then like Javon would never say anything. Javon would just never text in it. He may have like liked one message in that whole group chat, and that was it. And that's just kind of how that went. Gotta miss Javon. I really do.
So we got through about a week of shows. Until
So yes,
yeah.
we had it all set up, and if you go look at old episodes, we were terrible.
Yeah,
The cameras look bad.
we had one high cam.
We were running off of a laptop instead of an actual computer until I stole this computer from somebody.
So what you're saying is WEGL Sports Farm was built on like maybe 50% just stolen items that you just accumulated in your 37 years at the university. Is that it?
Hey, okay, I'll be honest.
Calm down.
The one thing I really wish I hadn't like missed out on was staff meetings with Jared. I feel like he caused
Did I?
a ruckus.
Wait, Jack,
If
you know what happened my
I was
first
about to
staff
say,
meeting?
He did cause a ruckus.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I know it for a fact because all I would hear about is
he brings in his list
money.
of demands.
yeah, and like he would make posters. I saw posters and stuff. He would show us, like, be like, "I made this poster for the staff meeting."
Makes
I'm
me
like,
wish I decided to
what?
shadow the sports director. Should have done that just to see
My-
what it was like.
My first meeting at WEGL, I think on the first thing on my to-do list was to, and I'm a political science minor before anybody, pops off, okay? So I'm a science nerd, okay? Political science nerd. My first thing on my to-do list was, quote, invade the Middle East, and then I crossed it out. Because, haha, we've been there for 20 years now. Bring them back home. That's my one thing for today. But anyway, so I crossed that out. And then in my following next year, the first meeting in August, I made a joke that we were start a religion, and then Britt shot that down pretty quick.
Britt did not find the humor in that
He
one.
did not. I was like, hey guys, let's start a religion. And Britt was like, No,
That doesn't leave this room.
that does not leave this
I believe
room.
was the quote.
Oh man.
So yeah, we began our partnership with the Auburn hockey team
We did.
that semester.
And I was very excited for that.
yeah, it was
because
a lot of fun.
I don't know anything about hockey, but I wanted to reach out, and I mean Auburn hockey. They were homies, you know.
They're a club team. There's
They're-
no rules to follow.
Yeah.
You know,
And it was the first thing that WEGL had that was ours.
the exclusive home of Auburn hockey. So I have some Twitter DMs I'd like to read with you.
Oh no.
From January 31st, 2019, basically saying, hey guys, we have a daily talk show Monday through Thursday, 7 to 9 a.m. Come and talk to us. So Hayden Harris, recent graduate of the university, president of the hockey team, responds. He says he's got 3 guys that want to come in and talk. So they say 8 a.m. for February 6th. Great, let's do it. And then the station crashed for a long time.
The great WEGL crash of 2019. And let me tell you something, that was probably the best thing that happened to WEGL. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know if I ever told Britt that, like, straight to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, the station crashing was the best thing that happened to us because we actually started to bond with each other. Because WEGL had this weird thing where, like, people came and did their thing and left, but nobody bonded. And so when the station crashed, it's like, what do I do with my hands now? And so WEGL was just like,
So yeah, all we did for about how long did it take to get fixed? Because
it got fixed temporarily.
it kept getting fixed and breaking again and getting fixed and breaking again. But so for a great majority of that 2019 spring semester, it was
where
just
Noah
spent-
was not here, by the way.
Where did he go?
Well,
About that.
I'm just like, I'm hearing all this lore, and I'm trying to pick up the piece and put it all
That's
together.
what the show's all about
this is
today.
one of the greatest stories ever told.
I was going to say, this semester,
This is a lovely semester because a great amount of time was spent in that very bullpen just planning for the future with an indeterminate restart date. And
Yes.
every day, me and Jared would come in, mornings, weekends, whenever I had just time to spare, we'd come in. I mean, we'd talk.
we were here on Super Bowl weekend one time.
We'd shoot
I
the
remember
breeze.
that.
We'd find funny internet videos and bind them to hotkeys on the bullpen computer.
The hotkeys.
But one thing we did definitely do was plan for the future of the Extra Point, so that when the show was finally able to come back, which I'm going to check some dates when someone else is talking, but I think it was so much better and some of the most fun I've ever had in college was that late spring semester. Of course, Auburn going to the Final Four, going to the College World Series. We had a great athletics year that year. Definitely helped out, made the conversation a lot of fun. But there were a lot of bad baseball midweek games to keep us occupied.
oh, buddy.
And we had a great crew put together to talk about it.
It was bad. But that spring 2019 was definitely it was a turning point for a lot of things. That's when we finally got on the map, I would say. And I mean, we could talk about so many things that happened. That was the start of the WEGL staff, which turned into now the WEGL staff legend Snapchat group, which Jack told me like maybe 6 months ago that I started, and I don't remember starting that.
I think we started it jointly. It was on February 1st. It was on a family Friday. We were out on Cater Lawn. We started it.
We started, and I'm sorry, Noah. We put everybody but Noah in it. And we named it after an iconic video that we know of.
Well,
that I'm not going to
wait, you said it's a Snapchat group?
Yes.
I can
The one
guarantee you know it doesn't have Snapchat.
Oh, he does.
Oh, he
And
does.
will
Really?
Snapchat you.
Watch out. It will happen.
Oh, man.
It's the one that, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 of us, or 5 of us, 4 of the 5 of us are in. I'm sorry, Davis.
It's okay. I'm not on staff. That's understandable.
And
Well, someone sent their first Snapchat in there last
you
night.
did, Alex. Tell me about that boo thing
I
you
want to hear about
got.
it. I wasn't able to see it. You got to give me the.
I almost screenshotted it. 'Cause I was like, I can't let this go.
I was too much in shock. I just saw it and I was like, what just
Is this the right
happened?
person?
Alex was like snuggled up in bed with a big old grin on his face. I'm like, you're supposed to go to a
Dude.
girly girl. That's what I knew. I knew what was happening.
Because when I saw the notification, it was like Snapchat
It actually
from Alex.
wasn't, but that's what I saw.
In that group message, I was like, he's at WEGL and something crazy was happening. Because I've never got a Snapchat from Alex in that group. And then I clicked it, and I was like, what? And then
Certainly not my brightest moment, I'll admit.
not at all.
Not at all.
Alex,
but,
did you mean to send in there? Was it like
No.
an accidental,
No.
where like someone else sent one and you accidentally clicked it?
that was exactly it.
That's how it goes sometimes.
It do. I've avoided the group chat for so long, but eventually it had to
Why
happen.
aren't you talking it, Alex?
What?
Why don't you talking it?
No, I avoided just sending a random snap in the group chat for so long is what I meant because
It's a time. It's a time in there. We have fun.
I remember once there was in the group chat, everyone was freaking out about that photo upstairs in the third floor student center. I pointed that out like 6 months ago, and everybody just discovered it like just now.
Yeah, people have a tendency to ignore what you do.
hey,
Alex, they're gonna start listening to you after that snap you sent last night, though. They're gonna be on the edge of their seat.
Yeah,
Alex.
Snapchat from Alex.
We gotta open it.
The second y'all started talking about that, I was like, please just avoid it. Just gloss over and go back to the story of the extra point. I don't need to hear about it.
So
no one needs to hear about it.
on top,
Part of the story, Alex.
I don't want to be part of the story.
so
yet.
on top of our Snapchat group, it started in fall of 19. The staff also had its own group me, which I recently went back through, and that was just a tragedy of things that happened. Noah would send, I guess, like
This would be fall of 2018.
2018, 2019.
Yeah.
Noah wasn't around, but he would still like message us.
Where was it? I'm confused. Where did he?
We'll get to that.
Okay, I just want to have an answer of where the heck
he would send messages in like Captain Bo Nick style. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Oh.
Yeah, he did.
Jack's like, yeah, it happened.
And it was. There was one time I guess Noah's class went to like Montgomery or
And their
Birmingham,
bus broke down.
and their bus broke down.
So we had to cancel the staff meeting.
And I guess like some students started getting drinks or something.
What?
It was. What? It was crazy. It was crazy. I'm just telling you.
WEGL was the Wild West before we showed up. Then it got all very.
It really was, yeah. So yeah, the shutdown really cauterized the bond of the staff, and I think really helped out the Extra Point.
Yeah.
So there exists very little evidence of the Extra Point.
Yeah.
From that semester. Although I do believe that was when me, Jacob, and Carter were on Mondays and Wednesdays with Jared.
Now, I think
That was also a semester I
think
hosted for 2 hours a week.
You want to know where the gold mine is at? All the recordings from that until we got this new computer are still on that laptop. They're still there.
Whose laptop?
The WEGL laptop.
I think I know where that is.
What, did the WEGL laptop not exist anymore?
I don't think we have it.
I think I know where
What?
it is. I think I know where it is.
I thought we rented it.
You know how far? You know how hard I fought for that?
He made
Almost cut.
graphic made another. Jared made another graphic for that laptop, and he got it.
Like, you know how hard I fought for that laptop? You better
All right.
find it.
Well,
By the way, Auburn just blew another lead in the ninth inning.
like.
Now?
Yeah, just gave up a home run at the top of the ninth inning.
Is it tied?
Yeah, it's tied 7-7.
Okay.
It was Jalen Williams, by the way, not the Jalen Williams you think of. Jalen Williams with 2 eyes.
So we'll look for that laptop after the after the show.
How about you?
But
I just wanted to bring up
The
Auburn
Wings-
midweek adventure.
The Wings Etc. show that disappeared, that's not anywhere, is on that laptop. So
Okay.
you want to bring it back up, it's there.
So we went quietly into that good night in the spring of 2019, and when we really came back with a vengeance was that fall, was when we had a lovely football season to talk about, and we did an episode often. It felt like it was a defining period, and that's when we started streaming on YouTube and Facebook and everywhere, and had all these. The show started to look good.
We
Graphics
bought
every day.
cameras
Yeah,
and-
it was really a production, and that's why all those exist on YouTube still. So check those out if you have the time. Even though,
Plus, you can catch all of Jared saying Joe Burrow is going to win the Heisman in like the first episode of the year. Quite possibly the greatest pick ever.
Like-
I mean, I remember because
Have y'all not seen the video I made where I put together all the times I said that all throughout the year? You haven't seen that video I made?
No, I the only thing I remember is then I got in a debate with you over how Joe Burrow's numbers in his year beforehand were worse than Zach Mettenberger's, so therefore he had no chance to win the Heisman. That didn't age very well.
It,
But, you know.
it didn't age very well at all.
That's when Alex still called you Mr. Dillard.
Hey,
So
hey,
why
hey,
are we
hey,
even
hey,
listening
hey,
to
hey,
him?
hey, hey, hey.
We got a call?
What?
Guess who this is?
Hello?
It's a ghost caller.
No, I know who it is.
I know who this is.
Yep.
I do. I don't know who okay. Hold on. Let me I'm okay. Okay, hold up. I'm gonna get this set up. Here we go.
Well, this is a scene for everyone.
Here we go. Can you hear us?
I heard him over the phone.
I don't think. Guys, we just got the new board. I don't know how to work it. Am
I think you
doing
did it
this
right.
Yeah, I think you did it right.
Carter, can you hear us? Oh, he's dead.
Read the guide. You can get
the
it.
guy that I made?
Yeah, you go through it. No,
What in the world?
Is it working? This is so sad, actually.
it is.
Wait,
See, I hear Carter.
He's making noises.
yeah, Carter, we can hear you rummaging through I assume your fridge.
Yeah, somebody text him and see if he can actually hear us or not. Maybe that's the issue.
Carter, can you hear us?
Hello, is this?
He's just a prank call. That's all it is.
Are you gonna say something?
Yes, this is.
Carter says he cannot hear us.
Oh.
He can't hear us?
Do you have to
Oh wait, do I have to do? Carter, can you hear me now?
Nope.
Carter, can you hear me? Guys, help me out here.
Give me a second. Hold on.
This is so sad. We look so bad. Well, I look bad, but then again, I don't work here anymore.
I'm trying to think of how this works.
Like this. Can you hear me now?
He's doing the line.
Like, Alex, if you don't figure this out, you're fired.
What? You can't fire me.
You're my successor, so yes, I technically can if you think about it. I didn't pick. Breland
It
did.
was between me and you. You're the obvious choice there.
It was between me and you when you said your weakness was you couldn't remember.
And I couldn't remember my strengths. Yeah, it's true.
But then the recording went to pick us up, would it?
Okay, he said he can hear the music, so that means because he said I think I'm just listening to random rap songs. So yeah, he's
Is it 3? You're not supposed to be in 3?
What about now?
Can you hear us now?
all right. Keep him in 3. Take him. No. It's something about program 1 and presenter. What is presenter in?
Presenter is in just one.
This is so sad. We're tech shooting on the anniversary show, and I'm pretty sure I'm dying right now.
Carter, can you hear us now?
Haven't y'all done calls before?
We have not.
Might have worked.
We haven't not on this board.
I can just hear his TV. You can listen to ESPN.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Press button under the green button.
Oh, that's different instructions.
That's the old board, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Those are instructions for the old board.
So that's not going to help you very much.
Pick up the handset. Press the green button. Answer call.
Well, I know what part is definitely getting cut out of the recording.
Press the button under the green button. It doesn't need to be blinking, does it?
He hung up.
No,
That simpleton. Okay, well,
Wait, is that the phone button supposed to be on?
I turned
what you mean supposed to be on? You're supposed to be on.
I turned it off and he still couldn't hear us. That's disappointing.
I don't understand. What happened here?
Wait,
I really don't.
let me
So, Jacob, you've done calls with the new board,
Yes.
and all of that was the way it is, and it just didn't work.
Well,
It's supposed to be. What about phone right there? That phone.
try it
button.
and have it blink.
Ring ring.
What about that?
Try it and have it blink.
You push that.
No, I'm trying to figure this out. Hold up, I got this.
Let it.
Yeah, no, oh, wait.
You press it again.
That's because that. Press it again.
Let it blink.
And then.
No, I feel like that's definitely hold though. Try it. I guess.
Yeah, this is.
Just try it.
Well,
Can you hear me now?
that's the music.
Can you hear me?
Push that phone button.
Can you hear me?
This is so disappointing.
Can you hear me, Carter? Can you hear me now? Can you hear us 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 now?
That's so weird.
I don't know how this works.
Well, I try.
Can you hear us now? Can you hear us now? Can you hear us now? Now? Let's see. If I had to choose, eeny, meeny, miny.
What if we're not like turned up for the phone? Like one of the knobs, like the volume's too low on the phone.
I need to check something.
Can you hear us, Carter?
Yes. But now I'm hearing
I
music
fixed
again.
it. That was me.
Yes. But there's also blaring music. Yes. I can hear you.
With the presenter.
Okay. I think I know it's okay. What about now? Can you hear me now?
Try now.
Can you hear me now? Now? Now?
I mean, I can hear you when you pipe in, but then I don't hear any. I just hear the music.
This board is stupid. You ever think about that? Why is this so confusing?
I don't know.
I'm trying to think.
Did y'all get trained on this?
Yeah, I mean,
Like I said, I've done phone calls,
exactly.
and it's worked.
And sometimes it's worked. I mean, there's because you're on the air.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
You know what? Hold up. Screw this.
What? He's just gonna get him on the phone.
I'm just gonna get on the phone. I'm just gonna call him like a man.
Shut up.
See, this is so much simpler.
Hello.
Hey, boo thing.
Hey, buddy.
See, this is gonna be so much simpler, and I can cut out the awkward 5 minutes we were trying to figure that out.
That was more.
That was like 10 minutes.
Don't tell me that. Nobody's gonna see that.
That was way more than 5 minutes.
What happened? If I knew what happened, I would tell you.
If we knew what happened, you wouldn't be talking through
I was
Jared's
about to
phone
say,
right now.
there's-
There is a new board in here, and I have 4 monkeys that don't know how to work it.
Hey.
It's always worked for me.
If there's anybody in that room who should know how to do it, it's the current sports director. So that's somebody's fault.
I mean, there's at least 2 of them in here.
As I said, I've used it.
Let the record show I was like the 10th option, so I washed my hands.
You were 4th.
Wow, thanks,
I was
Jared.
10th, Alex. I was 10th.
Davis, I don't even think you made the list, bro.
I mean,
He's so mean
He
over
got
there.
the-
Golly.
he got the
kidding.
Zoom interview.
There right now.
He got the Zoom interview. That's good enough.
That's what I'm saying. Even if it wasn't a good interview, I made it that far.
Are in there right now.
1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5. I can do math.
Are you kidding me? My right fielder it took the worst route I've ever seen on a ball in my life.
Oh, great. Now we're getting live play-by-play. But I thought like listening to Britt wasn't worse enough. Yeah, Britt, if you're watching, I do love
I
you.
am playing this show, and I am watching the Auburn game out of the corner of my eye, and I'm talking to you.
Multitasking.
well,
Very impressive.
This is actually a great segue because I was going to ask Jack, but you will have a better understanding. When's the first time that I met you?
You were going to ask Jack when the first time you met me was?
Jack has a pretty good memory.
That's
so.
true.
Shoot, we didn't meet through the Auburn Sports Network first, did we?
No.
I think we met there, dude. I think we met like in the studio. I have no idea why you asked me to be on the Xtra Point initially.
Maybe you just
We
the
were looking for
vibe.
warm bodies.
Yeah.
So Jack says warm body.
Yes. I mean, there was a point we struggled at times to get some bodies in the studio, especially at 7 a.m.
Well, yeah, there were.
I mean, yeah,
times where it was just me and you, man.
I always ran in as the show was starting.
Jack would
That's true. I mean, we had to drive back from the Tuscaloosa game and got pulled over. That's a different story, but yes.
No, he made it for that show. There are other ones that he missed though.
Okay, fair. Jacob has had a lot of run-ins with the police. That is true. We'll leave it at that. I was just trying to remember the first time that we met, and like,
Dude, I honestly couldn't tell you.
Jack, do you?
Messing with my head now.
Jack, do you know?
The first meeting, I don't know. I can probably remember the first show, but it would have had to have been post shutdown, and then we came back. I think at that point Carter had joined WEGL to do his other show during the shutdown. So when we came back for that spring, we assembled that crew to be on Mondays and Wednesdays.
Because at some point, I've asked all of you to be on the show because I saw something. I'm trying to remember what I saw in Carter to be like, I want this.
Was the fact that
It's not because you're good looking. I'm sorry.
well, good to talk to you too, buddy.
Hey, this is what I'm here for.
What, you're here to be
Dehumanizing? Yes.
a turd?
I mean, yes, that too. Was that a black joke?
I mean, way to just put him in a terrible position. Carter doesn't support the troops.
Yeah.
And now he's racist, apparently.
What in the world?
I think while we got Carter here, we should remember the time when Jared spun the yarn about why he's a Cowboys fan.
Oh, yes. The story about why I'm a Cowboys fan.
Why are you a Cowboys fan again?
Oh,
and turned it into it was trying to bait me into calling you like a fake Cowboys fan. Then out of nowhere, after months of knowing each other and hearing me talk trash about your Cowboys fandom, you just had to drop that ridiculous story live on air and make me look like a jerk.
so for months, Carter did not know why the Cowboys were my second favorite team, right? And then on the show, before we went to break, he like laid into me about the Cowboys thing.
Oh no.
So in my head, I was like, okay, I got the counter punch here. So we come back from break, and I explain why I'm a Cowboys fan. And Alex, I need you to hold on for a second.
It's all good.
The reason why I'm a Cowboys fan is because of my father. My father is ex-Navy. So I went on a whole spiel about how I didn't see my father for the first 7 years of my life. And the only way to connect to him was through being a Cowboys fan. And Carter's face was just dead.
As soon as you started the story and it started going down that path, I was just mad.
100% threw him under the bus. And you know what I've been keeping under wraps for this whole time?
Oh no.
What?
That's not the reason I'm a Cowboys fan.
I knew it.
You know,
My dad is a Cowboys fan.
But
Oh, the whole I didn't see him until I was 7. I just, that's all facade. I saw him sparingly during that time. It's not like, it's not those reunion videos where the dude shows up and it's like, oh, daddy! And you run and go hug him.
He's holding the duffel bag. He's got the Cowboys jersey on.
So
Who's my favorite little Cowboys fan?
I played it up a little bit just to make Carter look bad. I did it for the ratings. That's what I did it for.
I think it worked out. It's a good story.
It did. And now
and then the other one was you had something else that was a similar scenario, and I can't think of what.
I mean, we can go back 5 minutes ago when I threw you under the bus again. I can't remember. I know the Wings, etc. bet, which I'm still disappointed to this day.
Goodness.
Well, you deserve that.
Because like the stupid bet was like, what? Somebody would win in 6 games or 5 games or whatever something.
It was the Clippers.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Clippers would win the series in X amount of games, and I won. And if I won,
I know. I think it was me saying the Warriors with like a banged up KD were still gonna sweep like the Clippers.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
and the Clippers won like 1 game, I think.
Or
They
no,
won-
it was-
They won game 1 with Pat
it was
Bev
the-
playing really good.
The Clippers went up 1-0, and I said it win the next 4. And so that became the bet that you.
So that would have been
swung
in
on me live on air.
that would have been in April, and we did not cash it in until the following September for the Auburn A&M game.
Yes.
where
And no one saw it.
The Texas A&M Auburn game.
where we sat in wings, etc., and nobody ever saw that episode. And Carter ate wings. Yeah, and Carter ate wings that weren't even that hot. Apparently, I still have the video on my phone, but I was depressed.
I've seen like clips of it.
But Jared was pretty heated.
I was pretty upset. I will never talk about the episode ever again. I will never go back to wings, etc. I will not. I can't.
Bring it up more than me.
Yeah, because I wake up in night sweats.
You'll never bring it up again. You literally bring it up like once every 2 weeks.
Because it hurts.
Oh my lord.
It actually hurts me to think about that.
Why? Because it turned out to not be as hot as the first round was.
No, it's just everything that went wrong with that show.
It was a disaster.
It was it was an absolute disaster. But
We learned a lot.
we learned a lot, and it's the friends you make along the way, right?
That definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
That definitely.
Brit to end this baseball game.
Yeah, I'm glad Britt's making an appearance on the extra point.
Yeah, I was saying, we need old Judd here to hit a walk-off home run.
But yeah, Carter, how is it up in Chicago now that you're going to grad school at Northwestern?
You found greener pastures.
I don't know if it's green up there.
It's interesting, man. Totally different world up here, especially from just the walking around and having to wear a mask everywhere and having to wear a mask in every building and all this stuff. And there's all these different rules that are different than they are down in Auburn. But yeah, been busy. It's been a busy quarter right now, and I'm enjoying it though. Made some friends in the program, hung out with some people. Come on, Judd.
I can hear.
Yeah, Brett's getting excited.
Woo!
Good.
Got a word not stopping at third.
First.
Whatever.
Oh my gosh.
Brett's gonna hate me after this episode.
He's not. You keep saying that like he doesn't listen to the show. Like there's not. Like I remember there was one time we were doing the show. Where it was like one of our first shows when me and Davis were on, and Britt's in the station manager's office, like reorganizing something on the computer, and you like stood up on the table to like hit something. I don't know what it was. And like I'm looking, like thinking Britt's gonna look, and Britt's just like down the computer, not paying attention. You're just like, I don't. I think you hit Davis with something. I don't really recall.
No, that was the day he stood up, and the next day he hit you with the clipboard.
Oh, that's
and then
right,
The next
yeah.
week he threw the basketball at
That's
me.
right. It's very, very good turn of events right there.
Gosh, that basketball throw was sick.
That video's still funny. The video's still funny for the record.
But yeah, Carter, it was a very great time having you on the Extra Point. I kind of wish you were here for the anniversary, but I mean, it is what it is,
We'll just be there for the next anniversary.
This isn't the anniversary, is it?
Okay, we're branding it as the anniversary, so yes.
I mean, don't worry. Hey, I'll be there for the reunion tour.
The reunion tour? Are we going on tour?
Oh, that would be awesome.
We're going
No.
to Wings, etc.
No.
Wings, etc. Plainsman Park, Moe's Barbecue,
Ole Miss.
Toomer's Corner. Yes, the Ole Miss baseball game. Just all of the failed live shows that never transpired.
We did have one successful one.
We had a very lovely show.
What one was that?
The Campus Green, the Ole Miss football game last semester.
You talking about the one where we couldn't get the recording back from Andy?
Yeah.
And when you go home
A
and beat him up?
successful show.
Well, okay.
At least it
Oh,
happened.
wait. Are you
It was
talking about the
success-
one this year?
Yes, it was successful on the air, not
Yeah.
in venue.
The one at the rec turned out pretty good. Me, Jack, and Alex.
Some of the before the All Star
That
game.
was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I'll
was
be
fun.
honest.
That was a good one.
I didn't know that happened.
That was fun.
That's when Jack called COVID COVID-19.
Also, the time I was too sick to come on the show in February of last year, and Jared told everyone I had the Wuhan flu. So thanks for that.
Yeah, that was really bad accent. I think about that.
It was
like,
a different world.
every 2 weeks. I thought about that. And I was like, I completely forgot about what it was called. But I remember where it came from. You're not supposed to do that.
They claims he had it. Jack actually had it, according to Jared.
You are not supposed to call it because I can explain.
Or we had to wipe down the studio because we thought Jared just had COVID for like a week doing the shows or whatever, and then he just vanished. Before the dark times and the quarantine.
Controversial comments of
Before the dark times.
former high-ranking officials in this country and what they called it, and they got in trouble for it.
I mean, but yeah. Oh wait, did I hear a lay one down?
Yeah, Judd Ward's at third base with 1 out.
Whoa!
Don't call it a
Still
comeback.
tied?
7-7, bottom 10th.
Well, I mean, technically, the comeback already happened, and then the other comeback happened.
Well, hopefully,
The other comeback happened.
Yeah.
hopefully Auburn wins.
And
But
Carter, I was telling Jared that there's nothing more extra point than an Auburn midweek baseball game. If you remember all those miserable games from the 2019 season, the Capital City Classic included, where Carl hit Jacob with an imaginary baseball bat. That really sum up the extra point as a whole. Was coming in Wednesday mornings to talk about our terrible performance in midweek games.
Yeah,
that was bad.
but bright side, that team kind of made a run though.
Yes, it did.
That one made the big run.
After
No, the worst was
Matt
the
Scheffler.
shows after like the LSU series and then the LSU SEC championship game debacle and
Everything that happened outside of that baseball game too. So yeah.
Which games was Hillman at?
probably all of the above.
Another problem was basically anytime Auburn played LSU in anything,
Yeah.
we always had a bad story there.
So I don't know.
Jared's trying to kick me off this call already.
No, I'm not. I wish the board would actually work
Don't look at me.
because y'all are here. Y'all supposed to know how to work it.
Like I said, it works for me whenever I
I was
try
about to
use
say
it.
it's not like we don't know how to work it. It just clearly doesn't want to work today.
Respect the teachers more.
Yes, respect your. I can't say elders because
Yeah,
you
right,
can.
yeah, you're an
You're older
elder.
than all of us.
Jared, you're like 75 years old at least.
You can't call me 75 here and then I get mistaken for a 16-year-old at where I work.
That
We ain't calling you a senior citizen.
He did.
I will willingly call Jared a senior citizen every single time, but that's a whole separate thing.
I'm gonna roll you off a hill one day, Alex, when you're in a geriatric home. Okay, I want you to know.
How
that.
you could outlive me?
What just happened? did Auburn win this game?
No, that was foul.
It was foul.
Britt sold me on a dream.
Bread and cashing bad checks. Name a better duo. He hasn't cashed any bad checks. Don't come after my IRS. But I at least want to stay on until either Auburn blows it or
Yeah.
they win the game.
That's fair.
I mean, yeah. Like I said, the midweek. I really think that the Auburn midweek baseball games kind of like defined the show and formed it into what it became.
Because there wasn't much to talk about.
Yeah.
Other than our measly performances against Alabama A&M or whoever it was.
And then UniWatch.
Yeah.
No, hey, you put some respect on our name. Whenever we play Alabama A&M, we beat them by 1,000.
Well, I saw that soft.
Can you imagine the show
I totally
that
thought
we
they won.
had after the 33-0 game this year?
All right,
That
let's
was the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
let's go into the box score and count all the runs.
Yeah.
All right, let's see who didn't get a hit.
Let's break down the inning where we batted around twice.
Let's see. What else can we ask Carter?
They were just showing the Stephen Williams walk off on the video board.
Okay.
Carter, what about your infamous feud with Devin regarding JaVale McGee?
I still have the JaVale overall shirt. That's a good shirt.
You mean his preposterous take that JaVale McGee was a top 30 center in the NBA?
But if he started.
Just because you start don't mean you're...
That's not that bad of a take.
Jacob, how long did Nate pitch for?
Oh, hey, Jared, you know who started at quarterback last year in the NFL? Mitch Trubisky and Sam Darnold.
Okay,
They're
but
not
they're top.
quarterbacks.
They're top 30.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
believe that, then give it a week. Because a week from tomorrow, they will not be the top 30 quarterback. They will not be top
Wow.
But what are they right now?
They aren't top 30 quarterbacks in the NFL right now.
What?
Hell, I would take every quarterback for the Reds or the Washington football team last
Oh,
year.
here
Washington what? Be careful now.
Home under the bus.
If I can avoid it, you can avoid it as well. I mean, come on.
And
Did we win?
Auburn wins.
We won?
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I don't know what
It was.
Tyler Miller.
Really?
I don't know what it was, but the lights are off. The lights are flashing.
Oh no.
I think that
And
was a
Auburn wins.
walk-off home
It's a
run.
12-4 victory for Auburn.
I don't have that on here, unfortunately. But yeah, Carter, is there anything else you want to say before we let you go?
Jared, how about you share with the class your favorite extra point memory?
Are we doing favorite memories? I didn't.
I
get
think that's
that
at the
far
end of the
yet.
show, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tell your favorite Carter memory.
We've got another 30, maybe 45 minutes of show at least.
My favorite Carter memory.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. There was one time where you came back down the hallway, closed the door, sat down. You looked me straight in the eye and said, "I just carpet bombed the hallway." and I was like, "Excuse me."
The world.
There's innocent people out there.
And let's not forget Carter always in the middle of a passionate point. Without fail, the microphone breaking and him having
my
to hold it
God.
for the rest of the segment.
Yes, that was the worst. that thing was a joke, and every time I went and complained to Britt about it, Britt was just like,
I'll be back.
"Yeah, we can't buy a screw long enough."
Go
I was
find my
like,
laptop,
"How?
Alex.
Yeah, I'm
How?
I'm glad you referred to it as a joke.
We need a 30-inch screw, and ours is 2.5.
Let's see. What other?
We can talk about the time that my rant got me in trouble at work.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
true. You did get in trouble.
I think justifiably so after the performance Auburn put on against Florida and LSU that season.
Wait, say that again, Jay?
I think it was a justifiable rant after what Auburn did in Baton Rouge and Gainesville that season.
Oh, I don't think there was anything false about what I said. Let's be very clear about that. No. I mean, I was absolutely right in my take, and I think as the next 2 years proved, or the next year proved that. There's-
I'm trying to figure out other memories. I mean, there's the whole JaVale saga, which that's an ESPN 30 for 30 by itself.
the time you pegged me with candy. Jolly
I
Rancher.
didn't know where that was going for a second.
Literally, we have it on video.
Oh.
You stand up and you aim right at my head and you chuck a Jolly Rancher off the top of my head while I'm reading something.
Oh,
I mean-
punt.
Punt. That's a good
That's
one.
Classic. That's classic.
That is a good one.
And can always be reborn every football season. 'Cause
The Big Ten.
Or Michigan and Iowa together, as it was in this instance, are always good for a game like that. Because Jim Harbaugh is an awful offensive coach.
I think that one's pretty legendary.
I mean, wings, etc. We already know about that. The Cowboys story, we know about that.
I think we've covered the greatest hits.
I mean, yeah, I would say Carter not showing up for the All-Star game and costing me the win.
He had a back issue.
He had a back issue.
Yeah, Jared, that really cost you the win, not the fact that you picked a horrible team.
We will get to that down the line.
He wasn't the only no-show.
Yeah. So, I think that's it. Carter, do you have any other like memorable moments?
What was that? Oh, that time that Devin borderline proposed to that girl on air with the poem.
He wrote the poem.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
That did happen. That is true. That did happen.
Borderline proposed.
I mean, that's basically what it was.
I mean, yeah, no, he did. And then
Didn't so like it worked. Didn't it end like 2 weeks later too?
with Devin, we never know. It was kind of
Devin's a bit of an anomaly.
Yeah.
He's hard to nail down.
No, I know what happened. I definitely can't repeat it though.
Ooh.
Yikes!
It is Extra Point After Dark, but I don't know for that dark.
Hey, we can just cut it out in post.
The mics are still on.
I may not cut
Some
that
things
out.
are beyond cutting. You have to cut it out of my memory if you want to do that.
All right, well, Carter, that's
No, hey, it's not that bad.
Say it then. Say it.
say it with your chest.
So it was like a week and a half later after this successfully worked for Devin. Some girl drives him to the show at like 6 a.m. and lets him out of the car. As I'm walking by, I was like, "Oh, is that the poem girl?" And he just like got a grin on his face. He goes, "No, I don't want to talk about it." And he just walked away.
See, we're getting resolution to all of the stories here tonight.
This really is the series finale.
We're tying up all the loose ends.
Well, Carter, that's pretty much all I have, mostly because my phone's gonna die soon. So,
So that's why you've been wanting me off the phone this whole time.
well, I mean, but I will end with this, with this 50th anniversary and reminiscing. It was good to catch up, and I just wanted to tell you that I love you because you are a brother to me. Okay,
Hey, I love you too, buddy.
and no matter where you go,
So sweet of you.
no matter where you go, if you look behind you, I'll always be there.
That's a little. Can somebody send me the audio clip of that? Just for evidence if I go missing in life?
But yes, I do love you more than you could ever imagine, and you will never forget me. I do promise that.
That's true. What? That is very true, Jared.
All right, you have a good night. Don't get too crazy now, you young whippersnapper.
Jared, I mean, I've branched out. I moved on after my 5 years at Auburn. You're still there on year like 15.
Yikes.
Wow.
Okay, that is true. I am still at Auburn High School, not university. Making that paper.
When are you going to Arizona State, bro?
Well,
When are you going to Japan to teach English?
What? How have I missed out on so many Jared stories?
that was in the group chat when I said that.
I didn't see it.
So when COVID was still a thing, right?
Yes.
Like COVID's still a thing, by the way, newsflash. But when it was still really bad and things were shut down, I said what I can easily do, because I have a master's degree, I can join a program to go teach English over in Japan, because that's something I can do until it blows over, and new culture and getting to learn and stuff on all that. And then I also got accepted into the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism over at Arizona State, and I almost applied to Northwestern, but we don't talk about that. So I could have.
You were telling me you were going to, and that you were going to like follow me around on campus. When you got here.
And so I was down to two schools. I can tell you about my recruiting process now. I was down to two schools. It was top three was Arizona State, Syracuse, and Northwestern. Northwestern got cut pretty quickly, I'm not going to lie. USC got cut pretty quickly too. And there was a fifth school. I can't remember who it was.
Well, you told us that on like 4 different occasions you were going to like Texas and Oregon and all these other.
It was definitely Texas.
Yeah.
Texas was definitely the
It was
fifth
Texas
school.
and Oregon. It was 2 of them because Jared proceeded to quack on the show talking about Oregon.
There was also a split second where I thought about going to Harvard. I did look.
You can get into Harvard.
I looked at Harvard PhDs and I met all the requirements. I'm just saying. I'm a smarty pants.
Hey, Harvard's a place that you may meet the requirements. That ain't mean they're letting you in.
Hey, I got something that you don't. I got that natural.
No.
I got that. I got that.
I was gonna say,
I got
life
that.
experience.
I got that natural experience. If you get what I'm putting down, I may be in lesser.
I think everybody knows what you're putting down right
That.
I got the
Wow.
there's a lesser quantity. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I know what you're saying.
Not the majority.
You are not very smooth and secretive here, huh?
No, not at all. But then I went down to Syracuse and Arizona State, and then I chose Arizona State. I applied. I got in immediately, and then I got my new job. And so, ironically, last week I emailed Arizona State, and I officially told them I'm not going. So, yeah, I am not going to Arizona State.
Where are you going then?
What do you mean?
Auburn High School.
He's going to Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. I kind of zoned out there for some. I'm not gonna lie to you, dog.
So I chose Auburn High School because they pay me well. And here's the thing: Arizona State is giving me the offer to defer. So it was like a coin flip. So what happened was I can defer my enrollment until the next year or until I decide to come. So I'm still in, but I can come back in 2022.
Jared, it's gonna be like 10 years from now. Like, I'm still deferring at Arizona State. We're gearing up for a 2035 run to Arizona State. Go Sun Devils.
So if you're wondering, yes, I do consider myself a Red Devil. I'm sorry,
They're not
Sun
Red
Devil.
Devils. They're Sun Devils. You moron.
Get the mascot right.
Okay. Look, to be fair, Auburn just played Central, who are the Red Devils. Okay, my fault.
It's school.
Okay, I do consider myself a Sun Devil. Okay, I am firm for Herm. Okay.
Oh no.
That's a Reddit thing.
No. You need to cut this podcast.
Wait, what did you say?
I didn't say anything.
Okay, cool.
I disagree.
So no, I am not going to Arizona State. I am staying at Auburn High School for right now. So yeah, for right now, until I decide I'm gonna move on.
Jared's getting a nice culture going at Auburn High School for broadcasting.
I got a nice culture,
You've been mistaken for a student 26 times.
WEGL pipeline.
I got a nice decent pipeline down here in Auburn. I know everybody. So I'm just saying.
You've been there for 40 years.
It's true. I got here.
When Pat Dye got here.
If you want to know how old I am, I got here 2 years after Britt graduated.
What?
Because I think Britt graduated in 2014.
Yeah.
No, 2012.
JP and I had a conversation about this. We were talking about how old you were, and then we called you, and that's what put it in perspective.
This is an extremely blunt way to say that. We're talking about how old you are.
I mean, we were.
I'm only 2 years younger than Britt is.
That's not. That's not the math.
I would have bet on at least 3 years older.
How old is
You
Britt?
said you got to Auburn. You got to Auburn
no,
2
Britt-
years after
Britt-
he graduated.
Britt is 9 in his 30s.
He's 29, right?
Jared, how old are you?
Somebody check Britt's Facebook.
If he graduated Auburn in 2012, he graduated with undergrad, correct?
I mean, people graduate in different years. Like,
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to do the basic math here.
Jared's if you go by the average student, when Jared said
I
he got there,
I gotta
2 years
see him
after
find a
he
math,
graduated,
okay?
would mean he
I
would
said
be
it.
6 years older than you.
That's correct.
Somebody check Britt's Facebook. I think you were checking it, David.
I don't have Facebook, Jared. What do you want me to do? Get one?
When did Britt graduate?
Between 2010 and 2014.
Jared's lies are unraveling.
Call Britt right now. Call
No,
him. He's not busy.
he's at the game.
The game's over. They won.
Oh my goodness! I'll do it. I'll do it myself with my dying phone. Jesus.
Grabs the Infinity Gauntlet.
Britt Bowen.
Oh my goodness. They're close in age though. It's closer than you think.
That's not Britt.
I'm scared that it's closer than I think.
I don't know if Britt's Facebook still exists.
I don't think it does either.
Yeah, I don't think.
Text him real quick.
Just shoot him a little.
Ask
Hey,
him, how
Britt.
old are you?
Is
Yeah.
Me and-
All y'all, everybody has Britt's
me-
number
me
text
and-
at the
me
same
and the
time.
guys-
wait. He may be
Going.
Britton Bowen on.
Go to his football page from high school. I'll say his date of birth.
Excel High School.
Yeah.
class of
Hey, he's right.
What's the thing called?
Max Preps.
Max Preps. Yeah, go to his Max Preps.
Oh, wait, hold up. Wouldn't his LinkedIn maybe say?
Doesn't have a match.
No.
Yes, he
He
does.
does. Yes, he does.
He does.
Yeah. Oh, he doesn't know about the LinkedIn. Not LinkedIn. No, Max Prep story.
He graduated in 2009.
What?
So that means he graduated.
He was 18 in 2009.
2013 would be his college graduation.
Oh, he
So he's
thought-
18 in 2009. That means he's going to be 30 this year. Or 31.
Or he's already 30.
Yeah, or that.
Wait, his
So he's 6 years older than Jared, like we said.
hold
I
up.
thought it was closer.
Hold up. No. He is not 6 years older than me.
The Max Prep says it right here, Jared. You want to disagree with Max Preps?
No, I'm texting Britt right now. I'm
We just told
texting
you his
him.
age. We have it definitively.
God, Jared.
We have court documents.
Why is the hill you're gonna die on how old Brit is?
We still have like 3 hours of show.
Because I gotta know.
God is such an easy thing to look up, and I zone out, and then 5 minutes later, we're just finding out how old Brit is.
Well, it's a topic of conversation now, and I need to know how old he is.
Oh my
I
gosh.
told you how old he was.
No, I don't believe it.
Do I need to text him?
Britt is not 6 years older than
He
me.
graduated high school in 2009.
And he went 1 for 2 in his senior season or his career, and he was 18 for 21 on PATs.
Oh, good
That's a
for
good
him.
percentage. That's like what?
He is not
do
gonna. He is
math.
not gonna
That's
answer.
like 90% ish.
Is there a phone charger in here?
I don't know.
I think you should take that as a sign, Jared.
Oh my gosh.
You fool! I have one in my bag.
We're not ending this show till midnight.
I was going to say,
That's fine with me.
Jared's going to be struggling to cut this down to an hour.
Oh no, I'll be just fine. Just don't
We
worry.
wasted a good 2 hours trying to get the phone call to work, so we're good to go.
I'm going. Hold up.
Dude, go to the plug right down there.
What plug? Oh. I haven't been in here in a while. I'm sorry.
Jared, I'm about to leave.
No, Jack, you can't leave.
You have nothing to do.
I have a lot to do.
No, you don't.
I do.
He's got school. He's got projects.
Yeah, Jared, you wouldn't know anything about
Anthropology.
that.
I have a podcast I have to record for work and edit and post before 8 a.m.
Oh no, LinkedIn just asked me if I know Brendan McLaughlin.
Do you?
I don't know. Do I? Fine. You know, Carter, you go do your thing. I'm gonna hang up. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Bye, Carter.
Have a good
Bye.
Thanks for
Bye,
not
friends.
killing
It's
yourself
good to talk
on
to
the
you.
phone like I wanted to.
All right.
Did you say
I had no idea what he said.
I got like one word of that.
All right. Night. Love you.
What did you say, Jack?
What?
I'll text you.
What did Jack say?
I'll text you.
He said he'll text you.
All right.
All right. Love you. Good night.
Love you, friends.
All right. That's it with that.
That was insanity.
WEGL or Extra Point After Dark. We got it, Jared.
Jack, what time are you leaving?
I can stay if we're going to have a fruitful conversation. But not if we're going to argue about how old Brit is.
Even after we definitively
Oh
decided what age
God.
he was.
No.
I'm doing a cost-benefit analysis on the value of my time. I'd love to talk about the Extra Point with you.
I'm going to his LinkedIn now.
We already know how old he is.
I don't know. I can't take this.
2009 is the year he graduated high school. So do the math from there. You graduate when you're 18, sometimes 19.
He doesn't have
He's 30 to 31 years old. There was no other number. Accept it and move on.
Sometimes people graduate when
No.
they're 17 as well. So he could be 29.
This is my midlife crisis I'm having right
Jared!
now.
You've already had like 6 of those.
Jared got Mandela affected. He just won't admit it he's wrong, so he says it's the Mandela effect.
That is true.
He texted me. He's at 29.
What?
Yeah,
He said
that's
29 to 31 this whole
That is not
time.
a dub for you. Do not celebrate.
He said, "How old are you?" This is a normal conversation for us. 25.
Are we
Wait,
going to connect to the history of the Extra Point?
I
was
think
about to
no. This is very indicative of the Extra Point.
Yeah.
It was Jared making some bizarre claim, and then when challenged on it, pulling the "I got a C in finite math" card, as if that has any kind of relevance. Case in point, your feud with the Rays, which started with a clerical error of you confusing them with a different team and saying that you could be on the Rays because they were so bad.
I meant the Marlins.
Yeah,
I think
We know, Jared. We know. We remember that.
I think you may have pushed too many of Jack's buttons tonight because he.
I'm just
I'm kinda
remembering
scared.
why I got off my blood pressure medication. I stopped doing the extra point.
So, let's segue back to the spring of 2019. That's where we left
I
off.
thought we
at.
were already done with that.
We're
on
at the
fall
the
2019.
fall of 2019, where Auburn had an amazing football season, where they lost to Florida and also LSU.
Oh,
And
God.
I believe Georgia.
Yeah.
A few other teams, but we had a great time. I believe that was the semester that Bay and Jacob and Javon hung out together, and then also me and Carter and Devin were the crew that provided you with many,
Squads.
just debates about the legitimacy of the top 30 centers in the NBA.
But I also think that was also the semester that Alex.
No, we
and-
joined spring.
spring.
Yeah, you texted me and Davis
That's
like
when I
first
joined
week
the,
of January.
That's when I joined the sports department.
Yeah, we joined
but-
sports department fall
Hey.
2019 and then went to the Extra Point spring of 2020.
I think fall 2019 was also the Andy semester.
Yes, it was. It was because I remember
Yeah.
I remember you talking about that. Actually, you were talking about who your crew was because I was curious about what the show was about.
The first time I met Alex and Davis was at the Pelham, or not Pelham, definitely not
Townie
Pelham.
moment.
Ooh, that was a bad hockey game.
Oh, that's I know what you're talking about. Yeah, the hockey game
in the
against,
Columbus Ice Rink against Mississippi State. Our beloved hockey club went and took on the Mississippi State Bulldogs, who in Alex Davis's first WEGL live sports broadcast, I believe, Auburn beat Mississippi State so bad that they called the game after the first period when they went up 11-0.
That was right.
And Auburn's backup goalie played goalie for Mississippi State.
Oh my gosh,
their
that's right.
third string goalie. Their backup goalie played goalie for us. The starters dressed back into their suits and came and did a live interview during the game.
That's right. No, because okay, well, I think that was the second game because the first game is when you and Aiden were on commentary, and me and Davis were there doing the other thing, and then we did that game where we were on commentary.
That's when we had the dual broadcast
Yeah.
because Javon and I did a Beauregard basketball game.
Ah, yes, the dual broadcast.
Yes.
That was a very big moment for WEGL.
I did.
Never forget when Jared posted the password to everything WEGL on the Extra Point Twitter page.
Yeah.
What?
It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't even the Extra Point Twitter page. It was the actual WEGL Twitter page.
Yeah, it wasn't good
And
because
that was the show that
Birmingham Iron.
that was
RIP.
the April Fool's show when Hillman and I did it alone for 2 hours, and
the
the only
world?
company we had was the picture of the Birmingham Iron.
Well, because here's the thing, I don't think we had a 2-box setup, so we had to have a third box. We didn't want to just have an empty chair, so we had the Birmingham Iron poster to honor the fall in the AFL.
And to be fair, I had to go get a shot in the butt. So
Yeah, AAF.
I wasn't feeling good. And the Birmingham Lion liked the
They did.
They did.
And they can hack into anything we owned.
WEGL Sports was also the Birmingham Iron's 10,000th Twitter follower. That's a fond memory I have with Jared.
So I mean, I think it all worked out for the best. for
Yeah, I mean,
everybody.
what? So now you guys are on the show.
I was about to
The
say.
spring of 2020.
I don't know what the heck I walked into when I walked into the show with
I remember very, very vividly thinking, hey, we're not doing too bad. Jared invited us on the show because I remember like not knowing that WEGL existed until like the summer before I came to Auburn or whatever.
But before
And-
I let Davis have the mic, the one defining story I'll have from this semester was
Oh, no.
I used to have the show I wasn't on, whatever day that was my alarm clock at 7 a.m. I remember staring at my ceiling, listening to you three idiots argue about barbecue.
Oh my God!
And wanting to break my bed frame.
Don't start me on that again.
Me and Jared, so have fun with that. Me and Jared are still right on that. I still remember that. We are correct.
Okay.
I texted somebody on the show and they sided with me and
No,
Jared.
we did a Twitter poll.
Yeah, we won. Me and Jared
I'll find
won.
a Twitter poll.
we did a Twitter poll and somebody called in.
We were
Yeah.
right. Me and Jared were correct.
Somebody did call
the,
in.
the few people who called in about on the show was Danny from Pittsburgh.
Oh my God! I forgot about him.
And this random dude that called in during the commercial saying, "Well, I want you guys to know that you're right."
That was insane.
Okay.
Kind of dying on a hill that he wasn't ready for.
I
Me
think-
and Jared had backup.
I think I phrased this poorly, and
You
that's-
did-
Yeah, the tweet was phrased rather
Yeah.
poorly for the
I-
poll.
If you host a barbecue, do you cook/grill hamburgers, hot dogs, fish, or etc.? And I put in parentheses, not just ribs or pork, which is a barbecue.
yeah.
And 84.6% of the 52 votes said yes.
But no, it's
know
Jared
what
and
I
I's
call
argument
that?
was that barbecue is a type
Dub.
of food
Here's
and also can be an event, and we were correct.
an event is a cookout.
You sound
Exactly.
dumb. It's a barbecue.
Thank-
No, it's
Thank you,
not.
Jack.
No, you barbecue food. You cook out.
You barbecue
Food,
burgers
real
too at a
food.
barbecue.
No.
No, you just
You're
don't.
uncultured. Jared and I are correct here.
We're correct.
I mean,
You-
you guys
you have
grew
a
up in the
barbecue and you
backwoods of
cook more-
Smith
No,
Station,
no, no, no.
Grand Bay, Alabama. so I don't want to.
Okay, but we know how to
Grand Bay
barbecue
thing.
at though.
Yeah, okay.
You go to a barbecue. You're invited to. You're invited to
It's
the
happening- it's
barbecue.
happening
You're
again.
invited to a cookout.
It is also a synonym for that
Alright.
is cookout.
So-
but barbecue is
okay.
a word that can be used.
So if I get invited to a barbecue, I expect ribs, pork. That
well,
kind
you
of stuff.
obviously haven't been to many barbecues.
Well,
Okay,
whenever I
guys,
get invited to a
guys,
cookout,
you haven't been invited to very many.
It
apparently.
is 10:09. You have until 10:15, and then the debate is shut
when
off.
I get invited to a
Why did you
cookout,
give them 6 minutes?
Because I want to give the guy breathing room.
when I get invited to a cookout, I expect hamburgers, hot dogs, things like
Well,
that.
look, if you ever get invited to a barbecue, you can also expect burgers if you're going to mine.
Yeah, and I go to that. I'm gonna
But
be
you
like,
can also
it's
have, like,
not- I'm
Boston
gonna
or
argue,
whatever.
and I'm gonna tell them it's not a
Then
barbecue.
you're never gonna be invited to another barbecue.
Well, I'm gonna eat.
I'm
but
hoping-
No,
I'm
you
gonna
won't.
tell
You won't be getting a plate at my barbecue if you start yelling at me about the.
I'd
stuff
rather
I have
I'd
there.
rather have an asthma attack right now than listen to this.
I just, that's a good defining characteristic of our brief tenure. I also remember.
Do you have any other memories from before the ship went down?
I remember very vividly, I'd never known WEGL was a thing, so I took it kind of seriously from the start. So I was like, oh dang, the Extra Point, the big show, and I was like, dang, I think we're doing pretty good. And then Jacob has to sit out, so Jack comes in. I just remember looking at Jack a few moments when it's the three of us arguing, and just the sheer look of pain on his face. To be on the show, I was like, okay, maybe we're not that good. Maybe we're actually kind of bad.
Alex,
Oops.
our appeal as a group is that we argue. I feel like that's the only reason
I know,
Jared brought
but
us on.
the look on it, because the look on his face, some of those shows, I was like, this is
be
not-
honest with yourself. Our show's not very substantive. It's just us yelling at each other.
That's true. We have argued about a number of things, including what anecdotal evidence is, among others.
Wait.
Jared, why did you bring us on?
Hey, Davis. But I just dealt my pickle.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
He asked a good question though. Before that, he did.
Why?
Yeah, he was
Because I saw a lot of potential.
He's answering. Okay.
Yeah, he ain't deaf.
Hey, isn't that the second time someone's walked out of the Extra Point?
I should have kept
I think-
going. I should have kept walking.
I feel like someone else did.
Devin has definitely walked out on the show.
Yeah.
Devin has walked out, and I don't think he came back.
Devin was quite the
Yeah.
performer.
Yeah. I feel like Javon walked out one time.
Something. What? Dan Smith. What was his name? Rick.
Dan
Dan Quinn.
Dan Quinn.
Dan Quinn.
Dan Quinn.
Oh yeah, he did. I remember he put he put the headphones down and walked out. I don't remember what it was. It was about the Falcons for sure.
Javon was not having none of it.
No.
And
I've never
I
even
think-
seen Javon clench his fist. He walked out.
It's like the Arthur meme. He just
Javon, hothead.
Gosh.
I think the time Devin walked out, I think what preceded that was, boy, you got me sick, boy, and then he walked out.
That was true.
I think I said something about Lafayette basketball sucking.
That one isn't the greatest hits. I'm sure that we can find that one for sure. So, but boy, you got me sick, boy. That should have been on the T-shirt because
Oh my god.
that was a legendary Devin quote. And then, obviously, we went digital, and I think we had just a cavalcade of characters showing up on any daily basis.
You talking about when we went virtual?
Yeah.
So-
we had Levi
Well,
and Amanda.
okay.
Yeah.
I think we should not skip over the Extra Point All-Star game.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, here we go.
We
All
have
the
to talk
hype
about it. I know you don't want to
for
talk about it.
weeks.
The
Hold on.
last gasp
It
of
really,
Jared's grasp on the system.
it really was. I mean, the fact that you set up, prior to all the rec championships, you really got them to say, okay, all these lunatics can come out here and play a basketball game, and it was us.
Do you guys not find it impressive the amount of pull that I had to do
Yeah.
that?
No, it's okay. like, at the time, I was like, oh, it makes sense. We're broadcasting their game. So, like, yeah, of course they should let us do this. But looking back on it, no, they shouldn't have. Like,
Especially
no.
if Davis was going to flop like that.
I knew he was gonna say that. I did not flop. Let the record show that my foot got caught behind him and he pushed me. I did not. Look at me in the eyes. I did not flop. I did not.
Yes,
I embellished.
you did.
I did embellish, but he pushed me.
I
remember the weeks.
I found the stat sheets.
The weeks of
It does
trash
not, if he
talk
says
from
flop, I'm gonna
Jared.
slap you.
Let's set up how it happened. There's this big Extra Point everybody group chat of like 10 plus people, and we randomly were just like, what if we did our own All-Star game? Who would we pick? And then we all picked a team, and I was like, all right, let's do it. And then they laughed at me, and I was like, well, just you wait.
Who's laughing now?
Yeah, who's laughing now?
'Cause
I'm
we're
gonna get it
suiting
done.
up.
So for the next 2 months, right, we're planning this the rec championship along with planning our own game. We finally get the go ahead. We do a live draft on the show. There were trades happening. I got the first 4 picks of the draft.
Oh, that was horrible.
And
Yeah.
we still won.
I remember I wasn't there for that, and I walked into an organizational meeting, and I heard that, and I said, Devin, what are you doing?
Yeah, and
You know what he was doing.
Jared
Yeah, he
did
did.
have
He
two just catastrophic injuries. His best 2 players did go down for the count. Bay with COVID-19, I guess, alleged. Yeah, jury's out. But and then Carter had a Michael Jordan back injury that precluded him from playing. So, what's his title? All-state point guard.
Who's
Bay?
Huh?
Bay claimed to have some kind of accolade.
He didn't play past JV basketball, okay?
I think I was sold a bridge on Bay.
Yeah.
I don't believe that
Yeah,
anymore.
he got Brooklyn Bridge.
Bay might have started on JV basketball, but he didn't play past that.
And then
That was
Carter,
so
who
bad.
just by court presence alone would have spotted us 8
Well,
points.
okay, so here's another thing. I looking at the highlights with the stats, highlights are Levi Fitzwater with 4 fouls and 2 points. Andy Hewling with 18 points.
Andy
We don't
carried
talk
the
about
team.
that.
He did. Okay. So kind of a recap of the game. It was close. I think it was probably
it was
2 or 3 possession game.
got close.
And then
The final
Andy,
score is not indicative.
well, okay. See, here's the thing. Andy made 3 straight threes on 3 straight possessions. It was the most insane thing I've ever seen. And it's possible to come back from that. And then somehow I made 2
I was about to say,
consecutive
Jacob was
threes.
making it rain.
I banked in a 3 from the corner. Listen, I'm not athletic at all.
have you
You
seen
can
Jacob's
check the
3-point
tape.
shot?
Yeah.
that thing almost hit the ceiling. I was like, all right, is it going to come back down? I'm not sure if it's going to.
Yeah, and so I bank in a corner shot, and then Andy gets an inbound, throws it, baseball pass, and I heave one from 30 feet and bank it in somehow. That's the thing. The final score was not indicative of how the game went because of Andy Hewling and Jacob Hillman
spotting
scoring was at 15 points.
But yeah, I mean, Team Jared did cut it pretty close, and then Team Devin just went on a roll, fueled by like Hillman said, Hillman, Andy, and JP of all people.
Yeah, JP had 9 points.
If I may, I think the score may not be indicative, but we can get a snapshot from the broadcast of Jared walking up to me and then asking to take my jersey to swap
I
teams.
bullied Alex.
Well, Alex just didn't want to play.
I was about to say, I went about to, well, I mean, I played a little bit there for a second.
I think the highlight.
Delaney ended with more points than you did.
She did.
Hey,
She made a free
She
throw.
ended with more points than you.
But I'm the captain. That's okay.
The highlight of the game, if you don't want to count the Samir shimmy after Hillman's drained 3.
See, that was in the first half. That was
the defensive play of the year by Chris Tobias, who sent JP's layup into orbit. There is a snapshot that exists on the internet of Chris's face, who looks like he's about to kill a man, getting ready to block JP. And I think it's up there with the Ken Griffey swing as most iconic sports photos of all time.
It's funny because the score was 32-28.
yeah.
We cut it to 4. It's the closest we've been in a long time. And I think this is when
Andy made those
it was
threes.
when Andy made a 3. And I was like, you know what? Put me in a coffin because I just don't care anymore. We're not coming back.
And then he made 2 more threes.
When Jacob banked that 3 in, I think I checked myself out.
It was curtains.
Yeah, I was like, I'm done with this.
Well, yeah, looking at it, so it went from 32 to 28 to it probably went to 41 to 28, just like that. And then I think Team Jared scored a few points, and then we made free throws, and then I made a three, and that was the curtains.
That was it. That was on, get this, March 1st of 2020.
Goodness. The highlight of March 2020.
Yeah.
That March Madness,
Yeah.
we played it.
We had we had an Extra Point show live from the rec with me and Alex and Davis that day.
I literally did not know that happened.
I begged for help on that show, and I'm gonna.
Because I was working the Tennessee basketball game.
That's right.
During that.
So
No.
women's
Women's basketball.
Oh, okay, that makes
Sunday.
sense, yeah.
So that happened, but then the Extra Point All-Star game happened. The intramural championships happened. Herb and League Talk did the call, and then
What a crew.
We had 3 normal Extra Point shows, and then the show with where I hosted and we talked NBA. Well, and I wished everyone a happy spring break, and
then the
that
world
was all she
caved
wrote.
in.
And then we went virtual.
Do y'all know why I wasn't at that last show?
You said you were sick because then we had to spray down the studio.
I wasn't actually sick.
No, I know, but you said you were. Well, no, you were.
Yes. No, because didn't you blame Bay?
I believe it was Bay because Bay got the flu.
Or allegedly COVID-19, COVID.
And he was standing next to me. It was actually all of us minus Jack, I think, plus Bay, inside that studio on a Thursday before the All-Star game. We were sitting there talking. I'm right next to Bay. And then, the next day, Bay's, bedridden.
Yeah.
Signing his will.
No, it was bad. He was sick. Because I'll never forget, we watched a Kentucky game. We had some friends come down, and he didn't watch the Kentucky game because he sat on the couch for, a few minutes, and he's like, I'm just going to sleep. And he went to sleep. I mean, it was crazy. And he went home and went to the doctor.
And then I remember that week, I think it was the show before you left, Jared. Davis is getting a little antsy because he ordered some jerseys from China, and he's like, "Do I gotta spray it down?"
I remember that. They came in and I was fine. That was before it really blew up. I was like, should I be worried about this? I didn't know if it stuck to things. That was when China was in lockdown.
Yeah, somebody said don't open the box for 6 weeks.
I opened it right when I got them. There's one in my closet.
We were talking about immediately just throw it in the wash real quick with some gloves or something like that.
Ordered these bat eggs.
They were really good omelets. Yeah.
So that Wednesday, I was fine. I got up. I didn't want to do the show, so I was like, I'm gonna go get a doctor's excuse. So I don't have to do anything. So I don't have to go to my internship. I don't have to teach.
That's right. You did do it for an excuse.
We require a doctor's excuse for a missed Extra Point episode.
And so I went to the doctor, feeling completely fine. I'm like, kick my feet up. I'm gonna eat some ice cream and light my candles like I usually do. And I'm gonna have a day. And it came back that I was positive with the flu. Not only that, he led off with, it's not COVID, but it's H1N1. And I'm like, am I supposed to be scared when you say that?
Swine flu?
Yeah,
were you hanging around pig pens before?
He was like, oh, it's H1N1. I was like, Doc, give it to me straight and I'm going to be okay.
And come to find out, Jared was patient 0 for the state of Alabama.
And he was like, oh, well, that was almost, 8 years ago. It's mutated. It's not that bad anymore. I was like, why didn't you just lead with that?
Oh my God.
So I actually had the flu, but I didn't have any symptoms. And that was the last day that I was a student for Auburn University. After that, things shut down. We didn't come back. And then that's when we transferred over to the digital Extra Point.
Which was just insanity.
Okay, let's think of the top 3 moments.
I don't remember it.
Right,
I blocked it out of my memory.
I know one.
I remember the post game show, Jared. If you know what I'm talking about.
No, that wasn't. Nobody knows about that. They didn't watch it.
That's what I'm saying. That's the moment.
We had one time we talked for an hour afterwards.
Yeah. You had a list.
Yeah. Anyway,
you still got it?
That list.
Don't.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
don't.
One was when Amanda did the show on a run, and
that's right.
We also talked about her love for Luca.
Oh my!
Because we went through a TikTok with a car that was down the street.
Yeah, and then we were scrolling through Luca's Instagram, and every top comment was because we follow her. It was her saying stuff, and That's part of it. Like that's what stands out to me because she wasn't usually on the show, but she was for that.
I just remember Amanda trying to convince Jared to watch Tiger King, and then me continually, like, knowing good and well Jared wasn't going to watch Star Wars, telling him which order to watch the movies.
He still hasn't watched them.
Yeah, and
I
I
still
don't
haven't
expect
watched
him
them.
to, and I
I
expect him to. Yeah, you've seen the 7 minutes of Rogue One. We know.
20.
Yeah, we know. Yeah, that's all I remember. And then we came back. We tried to do the show virtually again, and then the Braves broke my spirit.
Oh my gosh,
and
that was
that was my final episode of the
Jack
Extra
was
Point.
gone.
In our first virtual from like March to May, it was like cabin fever. We were like saying off the wall stuff. I remember I made the whole it was a COVID joke, but it was pretty much how fast Alabama was gonna shut things down, and I made the joke. This is the joke that I thought that if Auburn High School found out that I said that I wouldn't get hired. But it took Auburn 6 to 7 years to figure out that someone right side pass. They're not going to shut down anything that quick.
Gosh. Oh
I
gosh.
remember that. I was like,
Don't remember that?
Whoa,
that.
I do because I stepped away for a second. I had to.
It was a good joke. It was very timely, but also I didn't know how to react. I was like, am I allowed to laugh at this?
Well, yeah, because here's the thing. We were not on radio. We were on Twitter. So it's like, technically, you can say whatever you want.
Yeah, I mean,
True.
yeah.
I put out a
Yeah,
BB gun that one time, remember?
That's right. I
I saw
remember
the
that.
picture of that.
Well, there was also,
Davis like had a gun. He was like, "I'm gonna fire it off on the air," and I was like, "Davis,
I didn't say that.
Yeah, you did.
It was a BB gun, Alex. You would have
Exactly.
been okay.
No, I know. That's just I don't know why you kept saying it.
I think I threatened you with it because you were annoying me.
Yeah.
I'll bring it back.
To be fair, there's been plenty of times people have been assaulted on the show.
Oh my.
I hit Alex with a clipboard.
No, not even worse. You wrapped me in the WEGL like blanket, and it smelled so awful.
And
It
then
smelled awful.
That's how COVID started.
I doinked.
There it is. Short hair.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
I got that one too.
Oh my gosh.
All right,
I remember
all right.
one up. Go ahead. You can go ahead. I guess.
I think I need to leave.
What?
I'm sorry. I'm having a lot of fun, but I do have to finish something by midnight.
That's tough.
I
But it's
mean,
fair.
later today on Friday. Jared, I wish you the best of luck editing this to an hour.
I mean,
I'm sure we've given you a lot of funny moments.
we're down. We're up to 140 now.
Yeah, okay. You got
Well,
So-
think about it. 10 minutes is easy to cut out.
I mean,
That's us being
do have
tech
that.
people.
all right. So I guess this is the best way.
And we got to the part where I wasn't on the show anymore. So.
It's very timely. I'll have a mic to myself
I'm
now.
about to say, David, you can slide
I
over
am.
now.
I was letting him get by. See you,
Let's go,
Jack. Good luck
Jack.
on your project.
Goodbye, Jack. Well, and that leaves us.
I remember-
Hey, it's the crew again.
I was gonna say,
I'm about to say we're back.
This is the. I just sat
Am I
there.
centered
and
well,
was like,
Jared? Am I centered
when do
in
I
frame?
talk?
Yeah. you're
Hey,
the
hey, Jacob, you had a good time.
No,
admit it.
no. I mean that as in, what am I? Am I going to start absolute chaos when I say this, or because
That's fair.
barbecue?
Oh,
apparently
Lord.
a-
Go ahead,
Hot.
say something, Jared.
No,
Jack.
no.
Jacob.
Hey,
so many
do y'all,
J's in
do y'all
here.
remember the episode that we were doing over Zoom and like Amanda's just like casually talking about how she tweets it like at she tweets at recruits.
Yeah, and I was like-
the
I was
four
like-
of us were like, maybe not, maybe you don't.
No,
do
I
that.
remember I was like, Amanda, don't be one of those people,
I'm about to say-
please.
That's what brought up Luca, I think.
Yeah, but
Yeah, because she said, "Oh, I did Luke all the time." We're like, "What?"
Yeah.
frequent moment from the bench is me calling out Auburn Twitter people.
Oh, yeah,
not like you, but like people.
I know
like,
what you mean. I
People
know
like
what
in
you
the
mean.
comments
No,
are
I-
like, "Blessed to be an Auburn fan. Come to Auburn,
The
please."
same people that were like, "Hey, Whataburger's a disgrace to Toomer's Corner." I'm like,
Yeah.
"What? He had biology. Who
Also,
cares?"
the Captain Bo Nix one is a frequent target of mine.
I hate that.
The funniest thing is the Captain Bo Nix
Alex
Twitter and
likes
all
it.
the old ladies
Why?
that still think that it's actually Bo Nix. Like, oh, you did great this weekend, Bo. I'm like, it's not him.
No, they're playing a character.
Oh.
Alex. They sent a letter back to him in the comments.
My
Uh-oh.
gosh.
Uh-oh.
What about the beef with CFB quotes?
Oh, wait.
I
I remember
remember
this
that.
vaguely. Hold up, refresh us a bit.
This is when old guy was making up fake quotes of college football players, and it was the LSU week, and he made a fake quote about Bo Nix. I don't remember the exact quote. His account's gone because it was trash and terrible. And I called him out. Carter called him out, and it just spiraled into a back and forth between me and CFB quotes, and it's just we talked about it on the show.
And little did Jacob know a year later he would do the same thing to somebody else.
Oh, I was literally about to bring that up. I was about to trans. I was being
Hold
like,
up now.
speaking of Jacob calling out people on Twitter,
Yeah.
Whoa now.
Ooh, boy.
that was a legend. That was a crazy.
That was like I remember me and Davis were getting ready for one of the move podcasts, and I'm just like I'm uploading our like from the bench episode that we did at 4, and I just click on Twitter. I'm like, what? Jacob's tweeting what in the world? And I just went in the rabbit hole of like 500 quote tweets, all this nonsense.
When I say that we were at ground zero when it happened, we were at ground zero. My favorite part was Big coming in 12 hours later saying, "What's happening?"
Yeah.
It's like, read.
Are we allowed to talk about? Has the ban been lifted from talking about that?
The gag order?
Yeah, are we allowed to talk about
I
that
don't
yet?
know.
I think
Because have you seen the person's Twitter now?
We'll remove. We won't say the name. We'll prevent.
You can cut this out,
Yes.
Jared.
We'll censor any and all names.
But it's just crazy because I've never started something like that, but I started that because I was literally the first quote tweet, and it was just
Jacob's like,
Jacob.
I've never started something, but I'm about to end it right now.
Jacob, you destroyed him so bad that person's Twitter's now a stock Twitter. No more baseball takes from that person after that. That's the craziest thing to me. That was the funniest thing to me about it.
I wonder if I showed my friends that who
I
are
got
raised
blocked.
and stuff.
I got blocked.
Get blocked.
Oh
man.
my goodness.
Oh man.
It was so ground zero. It was such a.
That was because I remember like you were texting Davis throughout it, and then you text me like, "Hey, go look at this." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And you sent me one of the tweets.
I think I might have texted Jared because I saw him like right after your tweet. I was like, "What is this, Jared?" And he's like, "Oh, you gotta check it out."
That's always you always speak in some sort of like you're like speak as if you're like the mid-season finale of a TV show. You're like, oh, it's just like
Wait, no, it was worth checking out. That was.
I mean, it was.
I
but,
was
like,
there
you
when it was still
always-
happening. I was like kept checking back every like 20 minutes. I'm like, there's even even better
I
jokes.
remember I went and I had it open and it was like 50 quote tweets, and I left the screen for a while and I went and reloaded and it was like up to like 200. I was like, what in the world just happened?
Because big radio stations in Atlanta were tweeting
there was
about
like
it.
verified accounts and like top Braves Twitter people. Like,
Do you think
Yeah,
think
a lot
Freddie
of-
Freeman and Ronald Acuna know about that?
I
I feel like
mean,
they could have gotten a sniff of it.
it's possible because I mean, if they follow any
I'm about to say any
Braves Twitter account, they would.
Yeah,
have
they
seen
were
it.
like-
There were a lot
of-
of them too. If they just check their ads.
I was about to say
We should DM them right now.
Yeah,
I'll DM them.
yeah.
I'll DM them.
Yeah,
let's
go ahead and
them
DM them
all.
at
My phone's
10:30
about
at night.
to- my phone's
They
about to
just played a baseball game a few hours ago.
They won't open it, Alex. Why does it matter what time I send it?
You never know.
Oh, that was.
That was chaos.
That was a defining moment.
And that was, I guess, that was technically post Extra Point, or in the middle of the hiatus.
yeah, when was that? Was that during the summer?
It was during
No.
playoffs time. It was
No, yeah, that was
October.
Yeah, that was during October because we'd been doing shows. Because I remember previously, me and Davis had like a 35-minute debate on the ability of Dwayne Haskins. Safe to say that was a bit cold on my end.
Hey, you know
but
what's crazy? How I kept calling him a bum on the Extra Point. Who was right? Looking back on it.
I just admitted that I was wrong.
Well, you didn't say what I wanted you to say, so I'm gonna say it. He's a bum. Alex, what is he?
A bum.
There we go.
He's a bum.
All those times Alex yelling, he's like, "You don't know yet. You can't truly know. The offense really isn't that good. The coaching staff.
The offense was in fact not good. But
I
that's
don't
all-
care. He's a bum."
I give up.
You lost, Alex.
He's a bum.
He's a bum.
Yeah, but hey, Ryan Fitzpatrick. Plus, we're going to be called the Washington. What is it? What were some of the names they put out? The Washington Rubies. Don't know what that's about, but
I didn't.
You're killing the vibe.
Yeah, it's
right
turned
now.
into a
I want you-
Washington-
Hey,
I want you to know,
hey,
you're killing
Alex,
the
start
vibe.
your own
quiet
Washington
anyway,
show.
bro.
You're killing the vibe right now.
You're always killing the vibe, Jared. I don't want
And then we went virtual.
I love this backtrack right here.
There were some crazy moments on the virtual one, but I can't remember any of them. I remember there was crazy moments.
It's just like a fever
dream.
dream.
Yes, that's
I
what I
don't
was
remember
gonna say.
any of it.
I remember like having to get my dad's hotspot to go upstairs and use
Oh
it
my
because my
gosh.
internet was so bad every day.
Every single day, somebody's Wi-Fi was just out, whether it was mine or
Yeah,
Jay's.
I've got a
or
picture
Davis's.
of him frozen.
There-
There were a couple good snapshots. Some people getting frozen mid.
Remember? Didn't we talk about one of the college 2K8 tournaments that was going on?
That's right.
Oh, we did.
That was
fun.
peak.
that was like
quarantine,
our
honestly.
first or second episode.
Well, okay,
because
here's
I
the
was
thing.
still in my uncle's work, like
Yeah.
his workroom.
I'm
That's
about to say,
right.
His basement.
No, not his basement. Like I went to his
Stop
his place of work and went into his office so I could have good internet.
Well, see, the first 2 weeks were kind of like normal Extra Point stuff. Like
It was
Tom Brady signed with the
Yeah.
Bucks.
Oh,
were
yeah,
able-
because I had the Tom Brady Bucks picture in the
Yeah.
background.
we were able to talk about like sports stuff and do our usual thing. But then after those first 2 weeks, it was like, what are we talking? We started talking about movies. We started talking about real life stuff, and it was just absolute chaos.
I showed off my candles.
Yes,
Yeah.
you did.
Oh, my God.
Yes, you
That
did.
was the worst part of all the episodes of the Extra Point I did. That's the worst one by far.
Ouch. Okay, there's been worse ones.
No, that was still the worst.
I don't know, Alex.
I like my candles.
I don't.
And
Alex, candles are therapeutic. You need to calm down over there.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And
Don't,
then
don't make us start another barbecue thing.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because I have a bad memory in general, and like I said, that whole thing it was like a fever dream. So it's
I remember there was a lot of laughs.
Like
Like a lot of us where we were like dying laughing, but I don't remember what they were.
There were some. I mean, honestly, quarantine would have been 10 times worse without that show at certain points. I'll say it. I mean, legitimately.
quarantine kept me sane. The Extra Point kept me sane during
Yeah.
quarantine.
The only time I got stressed was when every Extra Point went in with Jared. You know, he wouldn't immediately end the Zoom. And you're like, what's happening? Then he'd go into his sports director, you must apply speech.
Oh, my
like
goodness.
once every day, and I was like, and here we
Because
go.
my legacy was on the line.
I know.
remember our first meeting on Zoom when I had the Clone Trooper helmet on. I
Oh
love
my
that.
gosh.
And then we did the virtual one when COVID happened, and then the fall, and then
We tried. Yeah.
technically, with doing this show in 2021, the Extra Point's now been on for 7 straight years.
Wow.
Let's go.
It's impressive.
That's impressive.
So make it 8.
I believe we fall in third
Back.
place with longest running WEGL shows.
Behind.
We gotta make
Dr.
it first.
Hepcat and who else?
Stanwyck and
Ah,
Hepcat.
yeah, okay.
What,
yeah.
what are theirs at?
Like
Probably like
30 years.
I was about to say.
If
Hepcat still plays.
So
the
do you think it
record,
has to be
so.
continuous, or we could come back for the 100th weekly anniversary and do another one?
You think I'm still
All
be able-
geriatric. Yeah, I don't really remember anything, but I know we did a show. I know I was on air with y'all, but I don't know what we talked about.
We'll be coming back. We all and Gerald just look the exact same. Be like, I'm still
Hey.
Auburn High School. Still.
Hey, that'd be cool. He'll
Hey,
have been some
Alex,
good program there.
You know what they say? Black don't crack.
That's true.
They
That's
do
true.
say that.
That's true.
Well, it's also true. They don't just say it. It's true.
It's true. It's a scientific fact. I have the studies on my phone. Do you want to read them?
I'm not sure if I do.
Morgan Freeman's like 80. Forget about it.
He's actually like 86. Actually.
He's very old, dangerously old, actually.
Yeah.
But let's not go on to movies. I mean we went through the start.
I love that we
To
ended
the
it.
end.
I love that we're gonna end it with that.
I don't know where else to go. I mean we've talked about. Is there like any questions y'all have about like any storylines that y'all just
I
want
didn't
like
know the
closure
Meredith
on?
thing happened.
Yeah.
The what?
I had no idea. I thought you started off with Brooks.
I don't know
Oh.
who these people are. So.
I know Brooks. I know of Meredith. Yeah.
Yeah, that happened. Yes, Alex.
Man. If I may, I would
You may
like.
not.
I would like to bring one final counterpoint to my Mr. Dillard fiasco. If
Oh my
may I?
I remember
So
For it.
Sure.
there's an explanation here. So the Columbus Lions are looking for people to work this summer. So I sent out an email through like Rick Smith, and he like put my contact at the bottom of the email to contact me. They can contact with Coach Gibson. And I've gotten 4 emails, and they all addressed me as Mr. Houston, despite the fact that that is not at all how you would address me. So therefore, it's fair. That's all I'm gonna say. In defense of me, it was fair when I called you Mr. Dillard that one time, twice.
I remember
Those
he
two
was
times.
like, I know he called you Mr. Dillard to me. Like, when you
Yeah.
weren't even over text, I was like, he's probably our age. In my mind, I was like, I'm not going to call him Mr.
I
Dillard.
didn't know. Okay.
And then we met him, and he was like, just call me Jared. I was like, I told you, Alex.
I was
I
saying,
didn't-
even though he is older than us, I still never thought to call him.
No, I mean,
Like,
yeah,
I don't call Britt
I didn't
Mr. Bowen.
I didn't expect.
Which that might be more, that might technically be correct, but that'd
I
be
didn't
weird.
expect a student-run radio station to be literally run by a student because they said it was a radio station
What?
in Auburn.
It's called a student-run
They
radio
didn't
station.
announce that until after the fact.
Student dash
How are you
run.
in honor stuff,
I
Alex?
don't know.
I didn't think the leopard would eat my face as the person at the leopard eats my face party.
What?
You ever heard that quote?
No, I just heard that from you.
That
Yeah.
just fills my pickle.
That-
No!
that deals the pickle. But I mean,
I got the vapors.
I got the vapors.
I just wanted to defend myself there, just this one time.
There was also the time where I had to tell everybody I could swim on the show, but that's a different story.
You know, I want to say earlier for the wings, etc. I've seen like a screenshot of it. It feels like one of those like
You saw probably the picture of Jack pointing at Jared.
I don't know, but it's just like it feels like a lost media episode on YouTube. I've seen like screenshots.
It's like you know there's 2 episodes of SpongeBob they don't show anymore.
Yeah, it's like one of those like it's lost to time, but here's three screenshots.
It's the Panty Raid episode.
They took that
And
off willingly.
in the episode when they had a kid.
What?
Excuse me?
The episode.
What kind of Rule 34 fan fiction you be reading?
No. The episode when Patrick and SpongeBob like raised a clam.
That they still show that one.
Oh, I didn't know which one they had gotten rid of. So that's what I was asking.
There's the wings, etc. picture.
That's not the one I saw. I saw one that was like the broadcast. It was just like really far away and kind of grainy.
What in the world?
And it was like you're like, this is it, and
Well,
like
yeah,
they took it away. It was crazy.
Because we had 3 cameras set up where you could go like
It was these cameras, by the way.
yeah, and you can go kind of solo on.
And honestly,
Carter and I just talked for 45 minutes about like Michigan.
I did not
being
talk
beat
for 45
Wisconsin.
minutes. I was gone for 45
And
minutes.
I think Jack, as usual, was just like, "Well, this is going horribly. I'm just gonna sit here and eat and drink." Like it was crazy.
It was bad. It was actually bad. That didn't stop us from doing our other specials, like War Games. That was 4 hours.
I'm sad I missed out on that.
War Games,
I'm not.
College Football Bowl Mania.
The March Madness special, that was 4 hours as well.
Yeah,
I lost my voice after that show.
wasn't there a draft special?
There was a draft special that was 3 hours.
Yeah, I was not a part of that.
Weren't you planning to do like a 24-hour WEGL or
I wanted.
Yeah,
Here's
he
the
was
point.
like,
What
gonna
we're
do 4
doing
hours.
right now, they stole my plan. I want you to know this is as we
24-hour streams are so revolutionary.
as we at the Extra Point get ready to end our segment on the WEGL 24-hour stream. I want you to know it was my idea.
Jesus.
I'm just playing.
We brought it. Yeah, it got brought up in the staff meeting. I was like, that's a pretty good idea. Didn't think Jared thought of that. I mean,
Yeah, I'm just saying. There's been other people
It
before you
I
that go with
joked-
24-hour
I
streams.
joked about it, but you know how my jokes usually
well,
turn out.
see, here's the thing.
Yeah, what if we did
also-
like a?
You joked about the extra point for 24 hours.
It wouldn't be weird if you hold hands, haha, unless.
Oh my. Stop.
Let the record show. Can they see it?
No.
Probably not.
We're holding hands. It's a moment of unity.
In racism.
Thank you. Good take.
Good take.
Let's do it.
That's a good take.
Alex, I heard you
I mean-
grown over there.
Alex,
You got something to say?
You want to be canceled?
You got something to say?
Jacob has experience, and I'm a minority.
Jacob's got canceled?
No.
Oh, he did the canceling.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you said. I was like, what?
This is a whole other. Oh my gosh,
Watch yourself, Alex.
Davis.
So
Watch yourself.
Watch
So,
yourself.
we're gonna-
Watch BB
yourself.
gun.
we're gonna vocally assault Alex to end the show.
I mean,
Who said it had to be vocally?
Hey, I was about to say it's happened before.
it will be physical. The revolution will not be televised.
Davis,
It
that was
will
a
be.
horrible throw.
Why had to throw it over that?
I'm putting Germex on. When I beat you up, I want you to know it'll be COVID free with this Germex.
Wow, aren't you
thanks.
vaccinated?
I am.
So double COVID free. Vaccinations right here.
Hey.
Boom.
I'm one dose down.
Give me half one.
Jared, may I ask you a question that I never got answered on like 10 Extra Point episodes, and I'm hoping on the last one you can answer the question.
I will answer any questions y'all give me.
Which wrestler did you dress up as for Halloween?
The wrestler that has been inducted into the Wrestling Hall of Fame, now mayor of Knoxville County in Tennessee.
Oh, that's perfect. You were
Kane.
Kane?
Yes.
He
Brilliant.
told us that.
No, he didn't.
I swear he
Nope,
told
he
us
never
that.
did. He never did.
I feel like I remember him being like
I-
very hesitant to tell.
He
us.
never-
But I
he
feel
never
like
told him.
he eventually.
Wait,
I
which-
swear he
hey,
did.
which
Because
version?
I wanted to find the masked version.
Oh, yeah, okay. I thought.
I wanted to find a
don't know.
picture before I said anything. I never found the picture.
That's
It's
unfortunate.
somewhere. I'll find it one day.
That's a good costume though. I was always wondering. I couldn't figure out which one you
I
would have
still
done.
actually have the mask. You know, one
Should have brought
time,
it to the show.
so I was so obsessed that one time I wore the mask while eating cereal and I put it in my mouth. Put it in my mouth hole.
Jacob, for reference on the masks, I'm guessing you have no idea what we're talking
No,
about.
I do not.
Give me 1 second.
I was scary, bro.
What did you really think
Is
of
that
of the group of 6 of the sports department when you first became sports director?
Oh my gosh.
Is that the one or is it the later one?
No, that's the one.
Oh.
That's the one.
Show it to the camera, Alex. Show
Oh
it to the camera.
yeah.
Oh my
this
gosh.
is the mask that Jared
By the
apparently
way,
ate cereal through.
The person that is now who wears that mask is now a mayor of Knoxville County.
Indeed,
Tennessee.
he actually is a mayor.
And he's very smart actually.
I was about to say, yeah, actually, surprise. Yeah.
Glenn Jacobs, look him up.
Indeed.
But
I want to know what your mindset was walking out of that meeting. Oh, with the
of
6.
those 6,
Yes.
I thought I actually had a really good core. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, to be fair, I agree with that.
I felt good about it. I'm gonna be honest. For the first year, I didn't know what I was doing
Yeah.
because, like I said, I failed at everything that I did up until that point. So I was expecting I was gonna fail at this again. I was expecting I was gonna be sports director next year, and then we kind of just took off and did our thing, and I stole things, right? And I built this empire, right? The WEGL Sports Department got to near 50 people. That is crazy to think
How did that happen if you had 6 people in the fall of 2018?
Do you know the recruiting that I went on?
Yeah.
He got us, Alex.
That's true.
It grew.
Well, I know.
It grew to almost 50 people.
Well, it's kind of funny because you recruited a little bit in the summer as non-sports director, but not. I doubt it was to the extent that you did.
I mean, there was a moment in our group chat today where we were talking about Jen.
Yeah.
And then I mentioned, former WEGL Jen.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh, yeah, we forgot about that. Like, there's so many people that were connected to WEGL through me. And then, yeah.
Jared, do you think you're going to do an Extra Point 75 WEGL anniversary episode?
No.
Yeah.
You barely got me for 50.
No, we
You
didn't.
barely got
You
me for 50.
texted me in February.
You barely got me to 50.
You said, "Hey, make it my Hall of Fame induction."
I
Hey,
wanted to
turn
be
him down.
inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Turn Alex down.
Yeah. I wanted
That's the wrong one, Jared.
I wanted to be inducted into
Oh, wait,
the
no,
Hall
it's
of
not.
Fame. I
Jared-
did.
And there isn't a Hall of Fame yet. There should be a sports director plaque too, though. I maintain that.
I said if WEGL gets a Hall of Fame,
Y'all two got to do really good.
I better be.
I haven't done so good so far. We'll see what happens.
If WEGL got a Hall of Fame, if I'm not first ballot, I'm burning this place down.
Is it going to have to be like MLB where you have to get 75% of the vote? You have 10 years on
Well,
the ballot.
I was gonna say, who are the voters?
Britt?
No, he would vote. He would not vote Jared, and I probably
Former?
not.
No, it has to be like writers, like the Writers Association.
The Writers Association.
The WEGL Writers Association, and we make really bad votes, and we vote random players in. We'll vote like Andy in, even though he had like no connection. You know what I'm talking about? Like the Writers Association, they'll just vote like random vets in.
It's like you know that part in the MJ documentary where he's like, and I took that personally. That would be me sitting in the chair after I don't make first ballot Hall of Fame, and I took that personally. And then I just go like,
More like when Britt wouldn't get a trophy case.
yeah. I still don't see it here. I just see trophies laying on a counter right now.
I agree. It does need a case.
Well,
You
we
know-
need to win more.
You know what we call that? Tacky. But I don't talk about that.
Wow.
I agree.
Gonna cut that out in post.
Oh, you think I'm cutting that out?
Well, okay,
Cut
if
a
he
lot
cuts that
out.
out, we just need to restart the
Yeah.
show.
Y'all want to start from the top?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's not.
No,
And here we
no,
go.
no, 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 no.
It's a walk-off home run for
WGL,
Stephen Williams.
91.1.
Yeah!
That ball is gone.
No, we're not starting from the
Home
No!
run for Stephen Williams.
But is there any other questions you want me to answer?
Goodness gracious.
Jared, what was your favorite moment?
My favorite moment?
You know, it might be hard to choose one. Just like top of your head, what's the first one you think of when you think of the Extra Point?
With that being said,
Oh, my goodness.
y'all don't remember that.
I was
do
going to say,
I remember
that
hearing about
board.
that.
he was past the
I
habit.
remember when the board was when it was still on the board, and then JP changed it to that.
Yeah.
I do remember that, but I don't remember you saying it a lot.
I remember I went a good almost 2 months without saying that phrase when I said it repeatedly. And it was on the final episode where I had a very touching moment. Like I was talking about, it was actually after the Iron Bowl because we won the Iron Bowl 48-45. It was an amazing ending. I talked about Rod and all that, and we ended the show. And I said, with that being said, and Beige is like, "Oop," and he
It was so fitting. It was like literally it was like just such a perfect monologue, and it was like with that being said was fitting for the transition. But it was like, well, Jared said it, so
And then I Gronk spiked the headphones. That's probably why they're messed up right now. Because these are the headphones I'm pretty sure I slammed on the
Yeah.
ground.
No wonder they're the broken ones.
Well,
Ay, ay.
yeah, I'm not paying for them.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
know. You didn't pay for half the stuff in this studio. You stole it. So
I sure did not. Why did so many people think that WEGL Sports had a budget? No, I just asked Britt for money.
That's a budget. That's what a budget is.
No, there wasn't like a line item for sports.
It wasn't really like I was gonna say.
You had an allowance.
Time out. Where the heck is our recorder at?
I don't know, Jared. I've never seen it before until you're like, it's gone missing.
I was about to say,
I didn't even know it
Jared's
existed.
Another graphic Jared made was a wanted poster for
I think
his
you got Mandela
recorder.
affected. You just won't admit that you lost, so you just say it went
that
missing.
recorder's just sitting in Jared's house somewhere.
It's not.
It's probably just
Why would
somewhere
he
in
have it at his
WEGL.
house?
I don't know.
It's probably just in a drawer somewhere in here. Nobody's even checked.
It disappeared. And did we ever get the piece for the wireless mic for it to work again?
No,
No.
but wait, there's no reason for it right now.
Fair, but also
That is definitely something we should look at this summer.
I remember bro was like, yeah, I'm gonna order the piece. It's been 2 years. It's been 2 years.
Never too late.
It's never too late.
Give that to Alex. He'll do it.
Alex ain't gonna do nothing. But
Give it to Jacob. He'll do it.
any other questions before we try to
Let's attempt to wrap it up
attempt to wrap it
because
up?
we know how long that'll take.
He attempted to hang up on Carter 20 minutes before he actually did.
That's true. We may be here a while.
I mean, look, it's been a crazy ride,
Indeed.
and I'm happy for it to end the way it's ending.
I
Until we're
think this is
back.
very fitting.
25 years from now.
It ended with just us four going crazy, like the show kind of ended with.
Don't
in
say
person.
us four.
It's gonna end in a triple homicide.
No, I mean, no.
suicide.
I'm saying we should do Jacob a favor and exclude
Okay,
him from the craziness.
Jared, and Alex going crazy, and Jacob to the side.
I mean, Jack was here. We had
Yeah,
Carter.
it was awesome.
Bay didn't show up, which has been pretty much poetic for the last year and a half.
See, I brought the most chaos when it was Jack, me, and Carter because I don't know, it was just weird because it was like the chaos. It kind of fit the chaos,
the thing is,
and I would just have to like slide in and try to amp y'all up.
the most chaotic group that I ever
Oh, it's
had.
Devin, Carter, and Jack.
Devin, Carter, and Jack were like second.
Do you remember that time I filled in for Jack that one episode?
Because there was a time where it was Alex, Devin, and Davis.
Oh,
And that was like
That's right.
that was like this place could have burned down.
I was gonna
that
say,
day.
Yeah, me and Devin were teaming up on Alex, and that one time, like a few episodes later, he called in as like, "Alex, what are you talking about?" Remember
That's
that?
right,
Yep.
because it was about because I had mentioned that the refs in fact had an effect on the Clippers Mavs series, and Devin was like he laid into
He was like,
me.
"Who's that by the door? Is that Davis? No, it's Alex. I don't want you talking about a hoop. I don't want you talking about a ball."
That's what he said.
he proved
He revoked your basketball cards. What he
He
said.
did.
He did.
I still got mine. My basketball card's still intact. It hasn't
I
been
don't think I ever
revoked by
had
Devin
one,
yet.
technically, but
Well, you don't have one now.
I was about to say I never really did.
I would expect that to be the most chaotic one.
That was a good one. That was fun. Tell me, Jared, do you remember speaking to me at Camp WEGL 2019?
No, I do not.
Yeah, I was one of the random strangers who wandered upon WEGL. I was like, "What is
Oh,
this?"
God bless you.
So that means you talked to him and Bren.
I don't remember Bryn being there at all. I thought it was just Jared at the time.
Okay.
I
It
remember all.
could have been just me.
Yeah,
I remember it all.
I talked to Noah, and Jared was just behind the table. I just waved.
The main seller ever to WEGL was JP, because I remember taking a tour at Auburn. I didn't know that WEGL existed. So
And
like
Alex was like, "Look at this goofy kid."
no, not at all. But I didn't know that WEGL existed, so I probably wasn't gonna come to Auburn. And then Dr. C was like, "You want to go see this stuff?" And I was like, "It exists." And then JP was like, "Do you like sports? Do you like talking about sports?" Then WEGL's the place for it. And I was like, "Oh, this is a good selling point." And then you at Camp WEGL really sold it. And then here we are.
I'm a very good I'm a very good speaker.
Yeah, you are.
Clearly.
He
I'm
taught
very
public
good
speaking, this guy. Don't
Oh
forget
my
that.
gosh, I remember.
Don't forget, I taught public speaking.
I'm taking that next year. I'm gonna have to text you for tips.
If you listen to the podcast, I made those.
I don't know if I haven't gone to class
Wait,
yet this
what?
semester.
The public speaking podcast they used during COVID
Oh,
and
oh,
for
yeah.
the class. I made those in here.
I remember those actually. I did listen to them because I had it during COVID.
So
Solid.
I'm just saying. Plus, I mean, y'all forget I'm a teacher at a high school now. I teach the young pupils over there.
Just direct them all to
Gosh.
WEGL.
That's scary.
That
I was about to say,
it
all
is
your
scary.
Snapchat videos indicate you're doing anything but teaching, but I'll take your word for it.
I mean,
I'll believe you.
Hey, I feel like those Auburn High School athletic broadcasts aren't complete disasters because they're still going on. So
True.
Hey,
we just did a 5-camera broadcast today.
Ooh, very nice.
So I mean, well, and we're trying to get a control room built in my classroom.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang,
so
making big moves, Jared.
So when I say I'm not leaving for Arizona State right now, it's because we're building things right now. You know,
You're building it up like you built the sports department here.
I really am.
Jared's gonna be that guy just
And
goes
I actually-
to random like
I
places with no sports anywhere, and he's like, "What if I just build this whole thing and then immediately dip?"
I actually have a budget to work with at Auburn High School.
Yeah.
I
So
actually
you don't
have
have to steal things for them.
no.
You sure you haven't stolen anything from that
Well,
classroom?
maybe a teacher stole something from me, but that's another story that I'm not
Whoa.
going to talk about.
Well, yeah, they thought you were a student. They don't respect you.
I was about to say they didn't.
They will when he brings them to a Titan status.
The amount of times a random student has walked into the classroom looking for the old teacher, and I'm like sitting at my desk like, "Hi," and then just like, "It's a teacher here," and I'm just like, "What you mean?"
I am the.
You're gonna see my name on the door.
You need something I don't know. You gotta like add something to your look to
You-
make it official.
Yeah.
So I just look too much like a teacher.
Like
You
a
know?
student.
That
I was
yeah,
about to say that's what you.
whatever I said.
See, I do. I love the transition from us making fun of you for being old to not
Apparently-
being recognized as a teacher at your high school that you teach at.
Yeah, apparently I blend in.
Black don't crack.
It don't.
Yeah.
Physically,
you're gonna-
physically, Jared's like 12, but like mentally, he's like 86 years old.
That's that
Mentally?
poli sci minor.
I was thinking in the other way.
Mentally, I
he
am like
looks,
4.
He looks, so it's more like mentally, he's like 4. He looks like he's 26, 27.
I disagree.
And
I'm
then
25, so
he probably feels like
Half
he's
the
90.
time he talks like he's 90. He like talks about all these like stories and stuff, like everything like happened
Like
like
what?
So
30
what's
years
the,
ago.
what's the difference between
Oh,
an
do y'all remember
87-year-old and a 4-year-old?
9/11.
Oh my god.
But it's true.
Yeah, I know, but you have to say it.
Are you kidding me?
What?
You got to make
A
the
40-year-old remembers 9/11. An 18-year-old really.
He said
like,
87.
I said 87 and 4.
You
I
moron.
thought he said 40 and 80.
of all
An
the events you
87-year-old
could say,
also remembers
though.
World War II and the Holocaust. So
I mean, things were popping off back then.
Oh my god.
It's true. We
have to
actually
say- yeah, it was, but you have to say popping
but
off as the phrase.
As a poli sci minor, we are in one of the most peaceful times in the world, but it doesn't feel like it.
all right, head out. You remember when we said we were going to wrap it up?
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is a
let-
sports show, Jared.
Hey, shut up and dribble. Shut up and dribble.
Shut up and dribble, Jared. I did make the call earlier that it was going to be hard to wrap it up.
I mean, cause
You don't want it to go.
why you had to say it like that for?
Yeah,
Now, yeah.
Now it's like we're dying.
That's exactly why I said it like that.
It's like when the Halo 2 servers were going to go down and they kept playing all
Well,
night.
we don't want it to end. That's what the problem is.
I want you guys to know, at the high school, I'm a lot harder on them than I was at y'all here.
Good, you're their teacher.
yeah, I would hope
We
so.
were peers.
You're,
You're their
I'm about to
teacher.
say, you're a fellow student that just happens to have an elevated status.
Okay,
There
first of
you are
all,
paid
You
to-
call me king, you peasant. Okay,
Yeah, it's not Mr. Dillard. It's King
What's a
Dillard.
king to a,
King.
what's a king to a lord? I'm gonna get lord status from Scotland. You have to bow down to me.
I think the reality is like this show. Like sometimes we didn't show up because it got a little fatiguing, but like we could have done it once a week and had just as much energy for the rest of like time, to be honest. But just like a thought. But yeah,
Are there any outstanding things that we want to get off our chest right now? Have we said our piece?
See, that's what I'm saying. Is like I feel like I have, but
Yeah,
I
exactly.
guarantee you, I'm gonna go home and sit down on the couch and be like, wish I'd said that.
I remember getting the first text. It's like, hey, it's Jared. I want you on the extra point. I didn't recognize the number, and I was like, oh my gosh, Davis, did you see it? Because I like texted Davis separately. I was like, hey, this is the big time.
I do remember that.
Of course, I got on the show and I was like,
Thank you for having us, Jared. We're really thankful.
that's not what I said.
I swear you said something like that.
Not in that tone. I was like,
Okay,
hey,
okay.
thanks for having us on the
Hey,
show.
Jared, really that's
So
more me. Let's see, do you
I,
have it?
I pulled up the list of things that I said I was going to talk about one day.
Oh, no.
I'm just going to quickly run through them.
We're never going to leave.
No, they're going to be quick. I talked about how the extra point started already. Boom.
Yeah.
The hidden files on the computer. There's hidden files on that computer, by the way, that I hid.
Yeah, I know. I know some of them.
Like the shortcuts that we talked about earlier on the show.
Yep.
That's why the extra point folder. You ever wonder why it was suspiciously like 150 gigabytes? We hid a lot of files. in
Grayson
there.
probably wiped them. He wiped the
He
computer
did.
recently.
He told me that he was wiping the computer. WEGL Dance Night and WEGL VR. Ooh.
Oh,
I remember the video of you doing the VR and just
was a roller
almost
coaster.
barrel rolling backwards into like 3 people.
And there was WEGL Dance Night where it was me, Jack, Bryn, and Chris. And we just went on the YouTube on the computer and played just dance videos on it. And we were just dancing to it.
We should do that right now.
Oh,
I'll beat you on Living La Vida Loca, I'll tell you that.
the original plan for the Xtra Point Championship.
huh?
Yeah, so the basketball game, it kind of didn't happen the way it was supposed to.
I think I recall the part of the original.
Was it going to be
plan.
rigged?
So it actually was rigged.
Oh!
So the show, it was actually rigged. Didn't you notice the way that the way that we drafted? We kind of like put everybody but Alex and Davis were on opposite teams.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So yeah,
like
Bay and I on
So
opposite
Bay
teams.
and Jacob were on different teams. Me and Devin were on different teams. Carter and Devin on different teams. It split like that.
How come Alex and I weren't
purpose.
on different teams?
Because it was actually funny if you two were on the same team arguing with each other.
We weren't. We were having fun.
I was about
Alex
to
and I
say-
can get along, believe it or not. We know each other
It,
since
hap-
freshman
it
year of high
happens
school.
like once a year, but that happened to be when the stars aligned.
Actually, I changed personalities for the show to get under Alex.
But-
I think the issue was Alex didn't play in the game.
Hey, I got
But-
like 2 minutes.
What you may not have realized was there's supposed to be another championship game after that.
I think I remember you talking about this.
Yeah, we were gonna play Eagle Eye.
We were gonna play. No, there
You're gonna play the
there
Plainsmen.
were two different ones.
Oh my god.
There was the student media
That's right.
tournament
That's right. The student media
where we
tournament.
all were like gonna like
I remember that.
band together like Avengers and go play other student media teams. That didn't happen.
Well,
but
you
there's
say-
gonna be a rematch between Team Jared and Team Devin in a softball game.
speaking of that,
That would have gone horrible.
if y'all show up Friday
Yeah.
after the 24-hour stream, I was gonna bring my blitz ball bat and wiffle. It's basically like a wiffle ball, but it spins more. If y'all want to have a wiffle ball tournament or blitz ball,
That's tempting.
it's gonna be like Friday on the green space after the stream.
What happened with SoundCloud? Oh boy.
I think he told us about this.
Copyright strike. Copyright
Copy-
strike.
And there were-
Copyright
It's got it's
strike.
framed, isn't it?
There were 2 people, and one of them, yeah.
Who are?
Whoa,
So
what's that?
there
What's
was-
that?
there were-
Oh,
there were eight-
is Jacob one of them?
There
I
were-
am.
There were
Oh!
there were 8 instances of copyright infringement on our SoundCloud page. One was Bay and Jacob.
Thanks,
which,
Travis Scott.
Which one like
song
not,
did you
one
use?
doesn't hurt us.
Highest in the
The
room.
other 7 was from a baseball centric show. That we don't.
Oh,
Figure it out from there.
We'll leave that one there.
Stockbroken?
Yeah.
Let's see. I almost joined the Plainsman one time.
You can't read.
I know that's the crazy part, right?
I was about to say that's the one thing I remember from spring 2020 Extra Point is just Jared saying, "Oh yeah, I just grad school. I didn't read anything this week.
I
next week.
can't read, and I made a C in finite math. That's Jared's go-to.
Also,
Put that on a t-shirt.
We'll kind of put this on the final back burner. So after the first year being sports director, going to the second year, I turned down being station manager to be sports director.
Wow.
So
Wait, I mean, like, what do you mean? Like, someone, like, offered it to you?
So what ended up happening was Britt came up to me and he said, "Nobody's applied for station manager. I would like for you to apply."
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And so, unbeknownst to Britt at that moment, we already were planning WEGL from the inside because this is during the shutdown, right?
Yeah.
So we were already planning how we want the next semester to go out.
Wait, you said it was during the shutdown?
Yes, we're
I thought
planning-
you were completely done, though. How would you have come
I think
back?
he's talking about like the. Are you talking
No,
about
no,
when
no.
the
February
when
went down?
WEGL went
Gotcha.
down,
Yeah.
not the COVID
My bad.
shutdown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were talking about the next semester anyway, and we were talking about how it would have been better for me to stay at sports director and Bren be station manager. So
Was
I
Bryn like program director before that?
Yeah.
'Cause that was
I'm pretty
before
sure
me.
she was.
Okay, I was just curious.
So Bren was like, "I'm gonna apply for station manager." I didn't really want to do it. Could I have done it? Sure, but I liked my job better. So in my head, I was like, "I'm gonna be sports director."
Well-
Bren is good at managing. She can be station manager, and I'll just help her out whenever she needs help.
I mean,
Little did Britt know that he should have hosted a subsequent 6 more Zoom calls giving motivational speeches to you and a group of other potential candidates, and that really would have sealed the deal on an application.
well, I think it worked out for the best because then Breland elevated to program director, and now she's station manager. So I think
Yeah.
it's kind of worked out.
Oh, yeah, I think it did too.
I think it worked out for the best. So
I was about to say, Jacob, you want to be on the chopping block? Oh wait, no, because you'll graduate.
You just
next year.
threaten
Never
him?
mind. No, I mean, I'm saying,
Did
like
you just say off with his head?
no, like no,
No more Jacob. I'm forming a coup.
No, I'm just like thinking
no
in my head
more
like
Jacob.
Oh my
No more Jacob.
Hey.
What?
Never mind.
He's gonna take a spot, Alex.
Never mind. That's not what I meant. But never mind.
You said on the chopping block.
That's-
What else could that mean?
Like
Yeah, he put him on the trade request block on
yeah,
Madden.
not
Plainsman will take.
that's not what I meant. I was just thinking based on like the current staff, who would be the next person that would be asked to be station manager, and considering a lot of people next year are seniors, but I remember that Jacob is also a senior next year.
Jacob, you're a
so.
senior?
Upcoming. I'm not graduating until next spring, but yeah,
How old are you?
21.
Wow. I'm old.
I'm just saying, I'm gonna mark this day the start of my campaign to get
Wait,
Davis to join
Alex, what are
staff.
y'all?
I'm a sophomore right now.
I'm also.
You be a junior next
also-
year?
Yeah.
Yeah. We
Man,
graduated.
time flies.
Yeah, quarantine really
see-
took. I mean, quarantine took out like a whole year essentially.
It's crazy because like thinking about like coming in as an 18-year-old and starting up, and now it's like here. Now we're getting sentimental, but
Indeed.
but
It's
like
all good that we're ready for that part of the show.
it is crazy because it's just like coming as a wide-eyed 18-year-old, not knowing what WEGL's about, get yelled at by Jerry, and we're and Banner and I'm like, well, I guess we'll do our show and do some soccer and volleyball broadcasts, and then everything else that happened. So
I didn't bring up the time I met Carter's parents.
what? So you know that? So you remember when you met Carter's parents? Or you don't remember meeting Carter?
No.
That sounds about right.
I'll be honest. I don't really remember. Nah,
I hugged his mom.
I don't think I ever met.
when?
It was after an Auburn basketball game.
Ah, okay.
I don't think I ever met Carter. I just remember being in the Xtra Point group chat, and then you added JP, and Carter just was like, "I hate you, JP," and then like left, and I was like, "Carter, kind of scary, bro."
What was it? A game you worked at the arena?
Yes, I was in the arena.
Yeah, makes sense. I have a video of you getting water for Tom Hart from behind Auburn bench.
Oh my goodness.
Dude, okay, yeah, man. I see. Basketball games were always the best because always had Carter sitting across in the boomer section. Jack and I would be in the student section, and Jared would either be stage manager or he'd be in the production room at War Eagle Production. So it was like we had all these different angles. Like Jared would be like, "Oh, look, they're going to be on TV soon," or Carter would say something about something just crazy about something Jack and I did. Oh, he made fun of Herb's haircut one time from across the arena.
It's like you would get the inside scoop on everything in this
Yeah,
game.
it was
you got
crazy.
somebody in the production room. You got somebody like in the stands. It's crazy.
Now that getting up at 3 in the morning makes a bit more sense.
Oh yeah, 2:45.
oh gosh.
Oh, my bad.
I lined up at 2:45.
The game,
Oh, my
the game where even I
got
got
in
up.
line.
That was LSU.
Yeah, that's when Davis and JP snuck to the front of the line.
I did not sneak to the
was-
front of the line. I was
I
right
was-
behind y'all. And we happened to.
Y'all were a
We happened to like
solid-
go osmosis up there.
Y'all,
to
there were
y'all.
a solid
Diffuse.
dozen,
I was-
maybe 2 dozen people between
You
us.
remember when
and Davis
Jared
and
made the
JP.
video to wake Jacob up for one of the games?
Wake up, Jared! Or wake up, Jacob!
It's game day!
Oh,
And he had the fast break music in the background.
I really
Well-
wish we could play that.
Oh my god!
Wake up! It's the fast break.
Step back.
I still got it.
There you go.
So, you got a minute, go!
Wake up. It's the fast break. Your top stories this morning.
Your top stories. It's not the morning. This is the end of the Extra Point. I guess this is the best way that you can do it. So, for everybody that's ever been on the show, thank you for being part of this 7-year journey, ending on the WEGL 50th anniversary. With Alex Houston, I want you to know that I hate your guts. You're ugly. Honestly, I cannot stand you whatsoever. You great value, Leon Kennedy.
He's not gonna say psych either.
Davis, you still haven't gotten the fade yet after you said
I-
that you were
look.
going to get it if Joe Biden won the
Has he
presidential
seen
election.
Fro Davis yet? Like,
I
what?
have a fro right here.
No, right
but
now?
hold up.
Hold up. Wait.
Oh, he's talking about. Look,
What?
You messed up the fast
I was
break.
gonna
I'm gonna
say,
mess up the fast
Alex
break.
completely ruined the wrap up.
I'm sorry. I'm
the
sorry.
restart,
Cut
he's
it
gonna-
out and run it back.
he's gonna have to demean you again.
I'll say it's
I'm
going
try-
to demean you even more.
I look forward to it. I'm trying to look for the photo.
Here we go, round 2.
Where's the photo? What?
Why is this?
Why do I have this?
That's what I was going to say.
I was about to say, that's a good question as any.
There's a lot of things I don't understand why I have on there. Oh, but I do have this.
Oh my gosh.
Hey,
Go you Dallas
Cowboys go!
Oh, it is fumbled by Romo, and then Romo's going to run
Okay, yeah, I actually can't find the photo. That's
So yeah,
Shut up, Cowboys intro.
The photo I have.
yes.
Should he be fired? Absolutely. Will he be fired? Never.
I'm telling you, he love him some Jason Garrett, okay? Jason Garrett can lose every game. It doesn't matter.
Aikman touchdown. Unbelievable. Aikman touchdown. Unbelievable. Aikman touchdown.
I dwell on the past.
that might be the best production.
That was a good one, yeah. With the Home Depot in the
imaging.
back.
Yeah.
That one's great. But yeah, I apologize for interrupting the outro for something that I didn't have.
I mean,
Unfortunate.
it's whatever. Anything else? Are we done?
Jared, I'm not gonna get the fade. I don't think I am.
I'm disappointed in you.
Look, you want to hear why, real quick?
Why?
I've gotten so many compliments on the fro at its peak right now that I don't think I could go to a fade.
Okay, that's fine. I can accept that.
Oh, here it is.
Is that it picked out?
Yikes! It's a little bit different.
Holy crap.
For the viewers at home, at least I have that.
Well, I washed. That was it picked out. I had gotten it. My friend braided it, and then I took it out because I don't think I'd look good walking around with a braid. But my hair's. Well, I washed my hair this morning, so it's a lot smaller.
Well, this show is officially reaching 2.5 hours.
Wow.
That's what we talked about earlier.
Wow.
So
It's been like an hour since Jack left.
So we're gonna I'm gonna cut it down to an hour.
Good luck.
And then we're just gonna air the full 2.5 hour thing on YouTube and like a premiere and call it a day.
I feel like you still might have to edit some of things out for you.
I'm gonna edit one thing out. It's gonna be us trying to get Carter to get on the phone.
Okay.
Everything else, fair game.
Oh my lord.
I don't care.
I look
What are
forward
they gonna
to
do?
it.
Fire me? They already fired me once.
That's true.
Britt, talking to you.
Why'd you point? He's not here.
But he may be
Yeah,
watching.
he's right outside.
think
He's
he's
right
gonna watch?
outside. Yeah.
You think Britt's
you
gonna
think
watch?
Britt's gonna watch 2 hours and 30 minutes of this?
No.
If we tell him that we mentioned something scandalous in it, but there is nothing, that he just watched the whole thing waiting for it.
Well,
That's true.
now we probably shouldn't say that because he'll be like, well, you two are authority. You can go delete it.
We can say Davis says something scandalous.
I'll just if he's
What's he gonna do, fire me?
Hey, Jacob, here's what we can do. If he tells us to go delete, we can just show him the clip of us trying to figure out the phone thing. Be like, well, we don't know how, man. How do you delete it? I don't know. Like
He's gonna have to promote someone else to be sports director.
you, Davis.
No.
Davis. You or Bay are probably next in line. So
Why?
I don't
Why?
know.
And this is how I
Babe.
come back.
No, just
Yeah, it's the second fiddle to each of y'all.
And this
Except Alex is the second fiddle to me. We all
What?
know that.
and I come back for a PhD degree and I become sports director again.
PhD in what? What?
Business administration, because I already looked at it.
Oh.
I'm not getting one. I ain't smart enough for a PhD.
Oh,
Jared, you just become a teacher so I can have you in a class, liberal arts.
I can't believe you said you hated my guts in the outro, bro.
He's gonna cut it out.
That
It didn't
way-
happen.
now, see, what I'll never know is what he was going to say to me.
Yeah,
I like,
he always said it was a
halfway.
throw to me.
Yeah,
I'm
that's all I heard.
sorry. It just immediately came to my
Could have said something
mind.
really heartfelt to me and Jacob.
Oh yeah.
And no, Alex, this is why.
I mean, I was gonna say the one of the best moments I had with Jacob was when we all went around doing NBA comparisons and I called him JJ Barea only because he's a short white guy.
I did forget that. I did forget that.
It's a good comparison.
I was Steph Curry, so I mean.
What?
Freaking.
Why didn't you say he's like Ryan Arcidiacono?
I think
or
wasn't it
somebody?
freaking Bay?
What did you just say?
What? Yeah, I know you're
I
talking
just
about
said his
the
name.
Villanova guy.
Arcidiacono.
Arcidiacono.
Yeah, I messed up.
It was Bay that called him Steph Curry.
Why?
So look, I got Bay called you
I
Steph
thought we
Curry.
were at the finish.
No,
I'm
because
sorry, that's my fault.
I'm sorry, we had to finish this.
We're not leaving.
Listen to this bullcrap. I call Javon Kawhi Leonard. He calls Bay Luka Doncic. Bay calls Jared Steph Curry, and I get JJ Barea.
You could have called like Kyle Korver or something.
You could have given him white chocolate, Jason Williams.
Yeah,
that would
I
have
mean,
been sufficient.
anything.
Can you pass like Jason Williams?
I mean, no, but
But
can't be Jason Williams.
Jared can't shoot like Steph.
Yeah.
Have you seen Jacob's shot? It's like a dolphin fiddling in the air with like.
He's like Duncan Robinson.
hey, I was 3 for 3 in that game.
Honestly,
He was.
I'm saying it's more on the Michael Kidd Gilchrist type beat itself. But you know,
He
that's,
made it though.
That's true. So it's a bit of. I mean, you know.
Alex, at least he's not a Jared Dudley.
Hey, Jared Dudley had that brief beef with Ben Simmons. It was pretty hype.
All I'm saying is I'm getting retribution next year.
Next year.
When I introduce the student versus faculty basketball game to Auburn High School.
Okay. Wait, hey, call me.
Those
I'll be a
hey,
substitute. I'll be a
hey,
substitute.
can we broadcast that simultaneously with Auburn High School broadcast? We get to broadcast it as well.
Nah,
No?
you're banned.
Jared, think of, if I get a substitute teacher license, can I be on the team?
I guess technically.
And last thing, if you're watching, no, there's no speeding tickets that I've gotten that I haven't told you.
Let's
about.
go.
So that's good. That's good. Just let you know. I'm sure I'll get one on the way home.
Surprisingly, wait, Alex, how many times you been pulled over?
Never.
How many times you been pulled over?
Once.
Jake's been pulled over the most out of all of us.
Yeah, I've been like
surprisingly
4, I think.
Wow.
Jared, how about you?
I mean, well, by default.
Yeah.
I mean, I once hit a dude's car in a parking lot and left him a little note,
What?
and then he drove away on the interstate with like the note on his windshield, and it just flew off his car, and I was like, damn, that's kind of tough.
Alex, you are so lucky.
You just
I'm going to turn this into somebody.
Remember when I said we didn't do anything illegal?
you just incriminated yourself.
I'm going to turn this into an
for a
insurance
felony.
company.
No, I said a car. I said like lightly scraped a car.
that's-
You said hit it. You said hit.
No, I wanted to hit it wrong because I left the note.
But you did. You still said hit. You did not say scrape.
Oh, my bad.
I thought you like left a
My
dent.
bad.
Yeah,
No. My bad. That's my bad, y'all.
I was
That's my
gonna
bad.
say.
I apologize for the mischaracterization of the event. That's my bad.
I thought you like destroyed his.
No, not
fender
at all.
Or something.
Not at all. My bad.
We're gonna turn this into his insurance company.
Hello, 911.
Didn't we go over how many times we've been pulled over on a show before?
We did.
Yeah, I thought so.
There you go.
It was last semester we did that.
Yeah, it was. See, because mine was, one was with Javon, one was by myself, another was just on the 280 randomly in the day, and then, no, I've only been pulled over 3 times. That's right. 3 times.
I've been pulled over. I'll just say that.
You haven't been pulled over?
No, I haven't.
We're going to change that.
What?
I'm gonna call in a tip on you.
Yeah, for hit and run.
That's not what it was.
What year was it?
Don't stop, Alex.
I'm
Good
kidding.
Lord.
I'm kidding.
What year, what's the make and model of your car? What's your VIN number?
He drives a Honda CRV from like 2014 or something like that, I think.
Yeah, I got to call on a Honda CRV 2014. A hit and run possibly in the last 5 years here in Auburn, Alabama.
Oh, it wasn't in Auburn anyway, but that's
In
beside the point.
It was
Alabama.
in Mobile. It's even worse.
Oh my lord, y'all being ridiculous.
Well, do you know what show you're on right now?
Alex, I haven't committed a crime and then got away with it.
I didn't commit.
I've only
Alex,
been.
that's very privileged of you to get away with
I've
that.
only committed. Yeah. Honestly, yeah, really. Like,
Yes,
I only committed one crime.
Looking that good. There you go,
I was
Jared.
gonna
There's a softball for you. You could have hit it
Not
out the
flatter
park.
I was
him.
gonna being black, but that's a different story.
I know. I didn't want to go that way, Jared.
But we did.
We-
You know
it's okay,
why?
we did.
It's legal after dark.
We
What?
get into some serious topics over here. I'm ready.
No.
Uh-oh.
No. All right. Are we done?
I think we're done.
We're done. Jacob done.
Let it ride.
Let it ride. Davis done.
Yeah, I think so. I think we've had a good ride.
We had a good ride. So, who got a text message? Who didn't turn off the?
Alex, that was Alex. You saw him checking his phone up.
Is that your boo thing?
Yeah,
was it?
no,
Who was
I
it?
accidentally
Who
sent
was
another
it?
selfie to
Who was
the
it?
group chat.
Is it mom?
Via Google Docs. How did you pull that off?
I don't know why her contact number is that.
Via Google
It literally
Docs.
just randomly became via Google Docs and hasn't stopped being that. I can't tell you why. But no, that is not my.
That is not.
Boo
I can.
thing.
I can tell you that is not. What? Is something
I'm
important?
sorry. I was kind of nosy and I read the message.
Jared!
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Alex. I'm so sorry.
Jared was like,
I was like, ooh, they kind of juicy.
Go ahead, breathe. You keep breathing.
I'll say it out loud.
Do not say it loud.
Why does it matter?
Dang,
I mean, I don't know.
He doesn't even know.
just dumped it on you. Now ask you how your day was. That's kind of sad. You okay, Alex?
I mean, absolutely.
You need,
But
you need a hug.
now I'm doing good.
You doing good?
I don't want a hug from you,
think-
Jared. What?
That's just a weird text to get at 11:15 on a
Well, they're
Wednesday
in
night.
Google Docs, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
There are texts that happened before that, but you guys didn't see those. So
Did you just turn on your ringer so we could hear it?
no, actually, I don't know why my ringer is on.
I think he was just trying to be like impress us.
What?
Hey, my ringer's on,
He's
everybody.
out
I'm getting
popular.
jacked.
I get text
I got
messages.
girls hitting my phone at 11 o'clock.
Woo!
via Google Docs. You know what I'm saying?
That's what they used to do in high school because we didn't have phones. I didn't do that, but like you go through the Google Docs.
What?
Alex.
What? Go ahead and say it.
Ooh,
What?
You dog.
No.
You're gonna dry out your hands.
Making me put on the Germex. Ooh.
It's like your fourth time. You're gonna dry out your hands. There's no more germs to kill.
I feel a little bit dirty reading that message.
Give me some. I need some.
You need some?
Yeah, I think you got a good point.
Hey, all right, Alex, you want some German?
No.
Here.
Just like old times.
Just like old times. Man, that felt good to throw something at Alex. All right, are we done?
Well, all right, for the fifth time.
You text your boo thing back?
That's not his.
It's not my.
That's actually not his boo thing.
Oh.
That is not.
Okay, no, I won't go that far.
What are you gonna say?
No, go ahead and say. We've already.
I was gonna say I just want to know more about my boy's love life, but I mean. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fill you in, Jared.
That's fine. Are you happy?
Sure. The answer is yes, actually.
I didn't like that first answer.
That's because I didn't want you to ask me the question, but since you asked it,
I just want you to say yes.
Yes.
That's all that matters. As long as Alex is happy, I'm happy.
No, you're not. You said I was crap earlier, or whatever.
I say you look like a Leon Kennedy Great Value ripoff.
Who is that?
He's from Resident Evil.
Which is true.
Oh, that's right. I remember that on one of the virtual shows.
So, Alex, as long as you're happy, I'm happy because I'm always here for you.
Thank you, Jared.
You're welcome.
Now bring him back down to earth, Jared.
Oh, slimy.
Yeah!
All right, let's end this show. I'm done. It is
11:20.
It is midnight, past midnight.
No, it's 4 p.m. on Friday.
Yeah. It's actually a 4:55.
Jared, do you have school tomorrow?
I mean,
oh my god!
In spirit.
What time do you wake up for it?
I don't say. Everybody wakes up at like 4 o'clock
Eastern time.
Oh yeah, that's right.
6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central. So,
I'm sure you do go back an hour.
Yeah. Let's end it right now.
I wake up in 6 hours.
Thank you for listening to the Extra Point. You better. Hey, we need you to get some sleep.
All right. So, all right.
Turn off his mic. Turn off Alex's mic.
Yeah, he'll ruin it. He already did it once.
That does it for the Extra Point here on WEGL 91.1. As we thank everybody who joined the show, from Carter to Jack, what's your name? Davis, Jacob, and Alex. And for those along the way, such as Meredith Brooks, Josh England, Magic and 5.
Respect.
Devin Foreman. Britt's been on the show before. Noah.
Britt was on the show?
For a very brief second.
Yeah, I figured.
Carl. Shout out to the man, Carl.
All right.
It's been a fun ride. And even though it probably didn't end the way we exactly wanted it, it still ended on our terms. In here, at night, 2.5 hours. These are our terms. And we'll stick to it. So, for everybody involved, thank you so much. It's been a lot of fun here on the 50th anniversary. Happy birthday to WEGL. 50 years young and another 50 years to go. And hopefully it doesn't see another shutdown anytime soon. But for everybody involved, thank you. And that does it for Extra Point here on WEGL 91.1. And signing out for, I guess, maybe the last time. I don't know.
We'll be back, probably.
Will I be back?
We'll find a way.
We'll find a way, Jared.
So, signing out, at least for now. Always remember, it is your handsome, beautiful, stunning, talented, award-winning, now a teacher at Auburn High School.
We're going to go visit you.
Jared Deshawn Dillard.
Could you have us talk to your class? I feel like that'd be cool.
You will not survive with my class.
What would we say, Alex?
I don't know.
Yeah,
hey, we're experts
Jared.
in the field, bro.
No, we're
not. They're probably just as relentless as Jared. You would not walk out of the class.
They are relentless.
What do you mean?
They would eat you alive.
Okay, I'm kind of scared now.
You talking about all of us or just Alex in general?
Alex in general. He's looking very meaty over there to those sophomores. That wasn't a good adjective to use right there.
Meaty. Very, very targetable.
Well, that does it for the show.
Yeah,
so
that's it.
Let's get out of here. I'm done. So for the Extra Point, that does it. Have fun. Happy birthday, WEGL. And we'll see you, I guess, whenever we see you in the future.